Hello, hello, hello. What's everybody doing? Hi, Diana. I'm trying to. Gosh darn it, it didn't work. There we go. What is going on? All right. Oops, wrong one. This one. Here we go. Did everyone see that link down there? What the? All right. Let me try this one more time. Does everybody see that link down there? There's a link. All right, there we go. Now it worked that time. All right. Hi, all you beautiful train wrecks. How y'all doing?
Turn that one off. Let me turn off that mute.
All right.
There we go. You can't see me yet because I'm hiding. Like you.
That's fine.
It's the new thing
That's
I
fine.
noticed. People just hide behind their. It's not hiding, right? People get annoyed when you call it hiding. What should I call it? I should call it camera off.
I just call it lurking.
Hello. Oh wow, there's the chat. Okay. This is
Hi, Kathy, Lisa, Brenda, Tina.
There's everybody. Hi, you guys. I just seen the chat. There it is. Kathy, Lisa, Brenda, Tina. Wow. The ladies are in the house. Monty, you're stacking.
Well, it's not because of my milkshakes.
Oh, come on. You got to let me in on that one.
That started over in Travis's. And
something about the milkshakes.
that was like with Bella and Liz, and I don't know. I missed it. At first, I missed.
Is it when the show gets crazy or something that they?
Well,
it's something. It's a signal for something. I figured that much out.
Yeah, kind of.
Whatever, Monty. Whatever.
You have to ask Leo.
Shepard's here.
Oh. Hi, Shepard. Shepard's link is pinned up at the top if you'd like to come up.
Brenda said it's nice to. Yeah, I'll actually shut up. I'm getting better at not talking all the time.
Oh, that reminds me. Thank you for reminding me, Brenda. I've got that link.
Where's the top? Okay, there we go. The bottom.
You can go ahead, Diane. I'm just.
What? Do what?
No, you can say whatever. I got that link somewhere for JW's, even though my channel's pretty small.
Nice. Did you start the thing?
Huh?
Did you start?
Oh, I got a guess.
Oh, good.
Camo Carl, what's up, brother?
Guests are fun. We like guests. Hi, Camo.
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. How you doing?
Real good, man. Cooking some coffee and waiting for the show to start.
Right.
What
Thank
show?
you, Lisa.
Which show? Oh my gosh, that's so big. Whoa.
Well, you know, I always wanted to be watching one of these panels with all this extended family when
Oh,
the hammer drops. You know, I just want to see the faces on the people when it happens.
don't you worry
Right?
you won't have internet, or do you think? I think now that's not going to happen. I wonder
It
if
it
that's going
might.
to.
It
Yeah,
might,
It might.
people, and
it
that's why
might.
we gotta have
I
each
mean,
other's. Well, yeah, won't even
do we
know.
know
So
anything anymore? I mean,
not
you
for
never know.
not for not for
I
certainty.
I apparently don't know much. That's for
I
sure.
feel much the same way.
I thought I
Whoops.
was kind of smart, but I don't know. It's
There's Shep.
Well, I
shit.
thought
Hi,
I seen it
Shep.
coming.
Hi.
Hi, Shepard.
Hi. Hi,
I
Monty.
I need to go in here and fix this banner. Oh no. How do I do that?
Thank you for
Edit.
inviting me on. So I thought I'd just drop in for a second before I go to bed. I start my day with you guys and I end it.
Is that Shepherd of the
Ain't no
Forest
problem.
or is it one of the
I love
Stooges?
hearing your voice. It's so nice to hear your voice.
Oh, I love seeing you,
Thank
Deanna.
you.
I was
I
going to say
know
Diana.
it's a good name, isn't it? I should change it. I'm gonna change it to Tina. Tina too. No, it's D is fine. Whatever. I know. I felt bad when I had a friend tell me one time. First time I met you, you said it's Diana, not blah blah blah. Told me I said that to her, and I felt so bad. I was like, oh, sound abrasive. Apparently, sometimes that's what I hear. So I get it. That's just
Funny.
I'm
So,
gonna
how,
have your voice up. I should take voice lessons. That might help me, right?
what's new in the world? Anything?
I've had 3 people tell me I should be a voice actor since I started doing this. I ain't never heard that in real life.
Wow, you do have a nice voice.
Yeah, he does. They didn't tell you had a face for radio, right? They said you have a nice voice.
Exactly. Yeah, there is a difference.
Right, 'cause that's the one that's like, huh? Yeah, it's fun. Harvest Mary Moon. Hi, Shepherd of the Forest. Wow, nights are better. Hope I can stay up. Shep doesn't stay long usually. She pops in and graces us. What's on your mind, Shep? What book are you reading right now?
Oh, I just started the 3rd chapter of a book about these deviants that rule our world.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah.
Really disgusting.
Does this sound right, people?
Actually.
Are you talking about subterranean lizard people?
Well,
I hope I worded that.
if that
Can you
equals
even say
European royalty and the Rockefellers and
Yeah.
Oh yeah, same thing. Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
same thing.
and the Rothschilds, yeah.
So,
13
Shep,
family bloodlines.
I have a question for you. Do you ever do I feel like you did do a synopsis of Nasara when you did that with Mandy.
Mm-hmm.
And I restreamed that. I loved that breakdown that you did. So I was wondering if you do a breakdown of your books at the end of them in general, like your last video. Do you ever do your own, like,
I
recap?
haven't yet.
Okay.
You know why? Partially, I have a hard time comprehending, remembering it all in
Right,
order
it's a lot of
to
information. Yeah,
summarize it all
sure.
without listening to it over and over and over.
Well, you know, an
But I
expert
would like to
forgets.
have a live like this where we talk about it
That'd be
You
fun.
know,
with people that
you
have
Shep,
read it.
that an expert forgets more than a novice ever knows.
You got
You
those
know,
mind
I was
twisters, don't you, Camo?
I was an instructor at work for quite a while, and my motto was always, I don't expect you to remember it, but I do expect you to learn where to find it, the information that you're looking for. So
There
I
you
actually
go.
created a class on how to find it. So stupid. People just want to be spoon-fed.
held
know?
by their hand. You have to. Ah,
I tried to help some people here with how to search on the internet because, I did that for, well, almost 3 decades. I've been doing it for profit and fun, and I've done it for so long that I've learned that keywords are everything. And when you do a search, let's say I'm going to look up
get out of here.
something like what's the color of an orange? But instead of using all those terms in each keyword, you just go orange color. And you try to break the keyword search down to a simplific way of doing it, and you'll get better results. But also to learn how to use the tools in the search engines, how to, if you knew it happened this week, you can search it under this week. If it was something that you can hit to upload date, and you'll get the most recent finds on the news. If I put in Maricopa, Arizona, and hit upload date, everything that happened recently I will see. And this goes even farther, whereas like when you're doing eBay, instead of watching an auction go off, I always go to buy it now and hit the category I want. And then I refresh it every time I walk by the computer, because people list things every day that they have no true idea of the value.
Yeah.
And I 100 times have gotten a better deal than the other guy doing that. And it's just the way you search things can make all the difference, especially in research.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. You said eBay. I sold on that platform for
25 years here.
how long?
I was there. I'm still there, but I've been on there for 25 years now.
Wow, 25
Started.
years. Well, they kicked me off.
I've
So they
sold.
I severed my relationship with them because I had 11,000, feedback was so important. I had over 11,000 5 stars.
Wow.
And then I had some trouble in my life with mom and everything. And I failed to respond to somebody. I don't know. I didn't send it out or something. And
Oh yeah.
one time. It happened one time,
That's
and
all it
they
takes.
just
Back in the day, in the
suspended me.
beginning,
And
it's not rigged well for the seller anymore. When eBay started, you
Oh.
could, as a seller, leave feedback on a buyer, and now you can't do that. And
That's
you've
right,
got
you
a
can't.
rating system. I started before PayPal. When eBay first began, it was
too.
based on a trust, and it was never a problem. I would
Right.
get a check from somebody, and I'd have to wait 10 days for it to
God, I
clear.
remember those old
And,
days. You'd get a check
and
or a money
nobody
order.
rushed you. Nobody judged you. It was like everybody really took care in their packaging and everything. And the more that corporation grew, the worse it got.
Sure did. I started in 2001, I remember.
I started
when I quit.
I started full time in '97, but I was on there for a little while before that.
Wow. You were one of the very first.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Bella.
It was fun back then.
It really was. I specialize in 1960s GI Joes, and I've done really well on there. But it's also one of those things that you have to be exactly descriptive, full disclosure on the item before you sell it. If I mean, there's a lot of counterfeiters. There's a lot of bull crap going on out there that if you're straight up with them, you will do well.
Mm-hmm. 97. So think about this. That was 2001, our 20-year mark. It's been 20 years. So 97 through 99 is like the cusp before then. And I remember people going bonkers for collectible items. They wanted that remembrance,
You mean like Beanie Babies?
or they wanted the
vintage,
Can I interest?
nostalgic. Yeah.
Nostalgic,
Can I interest
right?
you in about 50 Beanie Babies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I remember
I
those.
sold Hawaiiana. I sold someone. I sold my grandmother's estate on eBay, basically.
Dang, wow.
those
But
those
the
were those
thing
type
is
of items.
now,
Yeah, a lot of
have you
people did.
noticed
A lot of
something?
people have. They
We
do.
are starved now for information.
Mm,
That's the new collectible. We want information.
The
yeah.
Search for Truth. I think that's a great name for his channel.
There's a doctor in the house, you guys. Dr. Rob Allen is here.
Oh, I've
Harvest
chatted a
Dr.
little bit
Rob
with him.
Allen.
Hi, Harvest Mary Moon.
So yeah, I was just thinking about that recently. Thinking back to the good old days of eBay. Now I
Oh,
just sell my junk on
still-
Poshmark.
There's still
I do have an Etsy store, so I am creative.
You
these
do? What
days
is it?
anyway.
Oh, what's your Etsy
Those-
store?
I
What's your Etsy? Drop your link.
Well, I paint rocks. I sell
Yes.
rocks,
Yes.
and I sell moss and dried
knew
Hey,
flowers.
I'm old enough to remember pet rocks.
Yes.
Yeah, I gave my grandpa one for Christmas. It came in a box and everything. It said Pet Rock on the outside.
Rock Concert came out too. Multiple ones came out.
Remember when Pet Rocks was real the fad back in the 70s and
I can
80s.
bring it back, you know.
There's
There
a
you go.
group out
Right
here.
along with the mood ring.
Put
Shep,
a name
there's
on
a
the
group-
back of it.
There's a
And
group out
adoption
here
papers.
on Facebook. It's called Stoned and Humble, and people will hide rocks all over, and they'll put a little picture of about where it is and a
Oh,
little
how
hint.
cute.
Yeah, it's really fun. The town gets into it.
That's a
You're
good
not-
name
That
for
kind
it.
of that kind of reminds me of the,
County.
Yeah.
that kind of reminds me of how they were bringing it over from Canada, hiding it in America, and then selling the maps where to get the herbs.
Excuse me. Chia
Yeah,
Pets.
that's funny.
Selling the maps. What? I missed that. I'm sorry.
Oh, there was a gig going on for many years where they would take pot, the people would smuggle pot over the Canadian border, stash it on the state's ground, and then sell the map to the location.
Oh, really? Treasure
Yeah.
hunt, huh? You guys ever do geocaching?
I found them. I don't know if that counts as doing it, but I have found them.
Get out of here, cat.
One time my son showed me, oh, there's one of those things. I'm like, what in the world are you talking about?
Yeah, my
Hey.
daughter. Go ahead, Grandma.
No, it's just like a delay. I feel like I'm interrupting every time I say something.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, what's the weirdest thing you ever found in the woods?
I'd have to think about that. You know your answer though, don't you?
I got a couple of them.
Oh, do you?
I found a gun in a swamp, growed into a tree. Must have been there at least 50 years. Some hunter set it up there and it grew in.
Oh my gosh.
And another one that really it bewildered me for a good half an hour up north in Michigan in the middle of nowhere. And obviously nobody had been there because I started finding these little tiny pieces of foil. I spoke of this in the chat somewhere, and I followed these little tiny itty bitty pieces of foil, and they started getting bigger and bigger. And I found this line, and I started following the string, and it all came to it's probably about a 2 foot by 1.5 foot styrofoam box at the end of it. And I still was bewildered. And this thing had like those little straps you use on pallets, you seal them together and stuff. So I cut the straps and I opened this
Styrofoam box. Did we lose you? We lost you.
Uh-oh.
Can't hear you. You got
Camo.
muted. We can't hear you.
I didn't mute him.
No, but sometimes Michael will be talking on his show and He didn't move his arms or nothing. He got muted. I mean,
Yeah.
I think he got muted by the Adoban shares.
Holy. Well, I don't think
Well-
I've found anything weird in the woods. I did find a buried knife on my property here, and I thought, oh, is there a murder here? Oh, they buried their knife. There's blood on it. So my daughter goes, "They
It's those
probably
books
clean
you're
the
reading,
fish."
man.
They probably clean their fish. That's all.
Oh, it's too much. It's too big. My face is like
That's about
giant.
it for me.
I was cleaning out my little pond. I have a really small fish pond in front of my she shed, and I pulled out a big knife out of it. It was like a big steak knife. It had a wooden handle that was still on it. I was so thankful I grabbed it by the handle because I was going at the pond pulling all kinds of stuff from the bottom. You know how ponds get overtaken with stuff. And I mean, I was getting into it. I was ripping it out, and I pulled the knife out, and I was like, "What in the heck? Who drops a knife in a pond and doesn't remember?" Like, you know.
Oh, that would be me, probably.
I figured they were weeding
Nowadays.
too. They were like weeding out that one cursed plant that's in there that's like bamboo. And I don't know. And then they got distracted or something, or maybe a dog grabbed it. I don't know. I got a puppy. She's pretty naughty. She goes for anything and everything. She's ruined 2 of my good pairs of shoes by eating the strap. I mean, really, that's so naughty, right? It's so bad. And one of them, I got to show you. I think is one of them here. I got to show you this one. Is it here? No. Oh, it's my cutest shoe, Shep. It's actually like, well, we don't like the red shoes as much anymore, but it was like one of the girly shoes I had. And I'd wear red. I'd wear white and blue. I had a couple white and blue dresses I'd wear when I rallied, and I'd have my red
That'd
shoes.
be cute. That'd
It
be
was
really
cute. But now the dog ate them, and they were jamboos.
I'll
They were
never
really-
forget the ugliest thing I ever saw was this girl at work.
What?
She
Good night,
was wearing
Doctor.
a white
Good night.
skirt
Yeah.
and black nylons and red shoes. She looked
Black skirt
ridiculous.
and hey, red, white, and black is that's totally city. That's how we dress in Chicago.
She got a bad time all day.
Did she?
Yeah.
Camel curl. I don't know what did we miss? Did we? I don't remember what even we were saying. Hi, Crystal, darling. How are you?
Camel Curl was talking about
What are you saying? He got cut off.
what he found in the woods.
Oh yeah, he never told us. The style that
No.
sucks. He was getting to the best part of the story. We didn't get to hear what was in the styrofoam box. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, Harvest Mary Moon.
Hmm.
So you got a white cat and a white dog?
Yes, I have a lot of
Oh my
animals.
gosh.
This cat, I used to have. So my neighbor stole his brother. Okay, I have this guy was. I have his brother, Denali. This is Yukon, and they're both rescue kitties. My husband got them for me after my sad story I've told about my one kitty that died in my lap on the way to the vet. I was
Aw.
telling that to somebody that lots of people have been losing their pets. It's just happened. Anyway, so he got this cat. Then we got a call to get this other cat. Well, this neighbor lady, if you feed someone else's cat, oh wait, he said what it is here.
Oh,
It was a weather balloon, 20 years old,
cool.
prepaid shipping inside for the instruments. What's that mean, Shep? What's a weather balloon?
They go up.
Uh,
Go ahead,
yeah.
Monty. It's hard for me to.
no, go
explain.
ahead.
No, for you, please. Let's dance around this. Go.
Camel, I sure wish you were here to tell your own story, buddy.
I told him he could.
Yeah,
I told
really.
him he could come up at any time if whenever his
back.
service gets better.
What is
A weather balloon. They use those. It goes up in certain different levels of the atmosphere. like ionosphere, atmosphere, stratosphere.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it measures and detects and predicts the different weathers, the different weather patterns, I guess.
Hmm.
They've been having weather balloons for. That's supposedly what Roswell, New Mexico first was. Remember? They said it was a quote unquote weather balloon.
No, I
So-
don't follow it much.
And yeah, right.
What's
Well, the
prepaid
first-
instrument? What's prepaid shipping instruments? What would that be? Does that mean?
I would say that the balloon came down,
Uh-huh.
and so inside of whatever
Oh God.
the thing, what was it, the styrofoam? So there's prepaid shipping in there.
For the data to be sent to.
I'm not sure if that's what that means, or if that means
Probably
that
for
you
the
could
instruments.
ship that data back to whoever,
Yep,
wherever
Huh.
it was being.
Shep has it.
Our neighbor, you know, the mountain I live on, we're up at 2,000 feet. It's really just a foothill because the mountains where people go backpacking, they're 4,000, 5,000 feet.
Hmm.
And yeah, so I'm at 2,000 feet, but it's very much a mountain to me because I grew up in the city, right? So
Mhm.
this is a mountain to get to. But anyway, my neighbor lives at the tippy top. We're almost at the top, but he's at the tippy top. And NOAA has a weather instrument there for earthquakes because he's right at the top. So, and
Cool.
we used to clean the NOAA building off and on. They used to give us the contract, but it's a government building, so they always go for the lowest bid, you know.
Of
And so
course.
I don't think we've cleaned it for a while, but we used to do it, and it was so cool to go in there and see all their cool stuff. At the weather station, you know, here locally, it's really
Mhm.
interesting stuff. It's fascinating.
Do they have those fire towers there? Like to look for fires? I think that's
Yeah,
what they're called.
actually, yes. When I look this direction out my right out straight out this direction, the CDF is out there. So they're on a big lookout
I don't know what
mountain.
they're called. They have them in Eastern
Oh,
Oregon.
not like that. Not like lookout towers, no.
What's CDF?
It's California Department of Forestry.
Oh.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And they actually landed on my property one time because my husband and I used to rent this property that we own. And our landlord had started this big fire right across. I got it on video.
I thought you were going to say a big farm.
No,
They were gonna
he
come
started
and
just a
cut
big
it
burn
out.
pile, but it was right in their face, right across the mount, right across the valley. Well, there's
Uh-huh.
no valley; it's like the canyon, I guess, right? And so, oh man, here they came. They landed a helicopter. My husband was cutting our son's hair. Our son wasn't even like he was like 3 or 4, maybe. Not, I think it was 3, whatever. He's like, Daddy, there's a helicopter out there. It just landed right in the front yard.
Whoa.
And my friends are lucky that his sister-in-law had got a permit for the ranch next door that he also owned that land because he didn't get himself a permit and he would have had a $10,000 fine. And they did give him a fine, but it wasn't $10,000. It was still pretty big and significant because you're only supposed to have a 4x4 fire, 4x4 burn pile out here, which is typically ours is a little tiny bit bigger.
I always get so worried when my neighbors are burning because I won't burn. I have too many trees.
Yeah, and that's how it is now.
I'm a city girl. I take it to the dump.
You're so funny. You don't burn.
No, I
Yeah,
won't
you
burn.
have to have a clear spot for it, for sure.
Yeah, I have too many trees. It's just so, but my neighbors, they have fields. So.
It's different. Yeah, you don't want to burn in a forest unless you want to burn your forest down.
If you had a fire break in a circle, you could
I'm
burn
sure.
your stuff
I
right there.
think the people that used to live here did. But
Do you do garden beds, Shep? Because have you ever heard of that?
I've tried, but
horticulture?
I don't get enough sun all day.
Oh yeah, all those trees are in the way.
Yep. I get about 5 hours, but it's just not enough for a really good garden. Yeah.
No, 5 hours isn't enough at all.
Mm-mm. I do like, I've done lettuce and, things that just are short. Doesn't take very
Yeah.
long to grow. Anyway, guys, I guess I better call it a night. I'll see y'all
Yeah.
tomorrow,
I gotta get
okay?
some
All
water.
right. Thank you,
Shep?
Shep.
I'm gonna get some water. I'll
Love
be
you
right
all.
back. Love
Good
you too,
night,
Shep.
everyone.
Good night.
Okay, Lisa. Who all's in here? There's Shane. Hey, buddy. Hey, the link is pinned. It should. I'm not leaving.
Kitty, you're not going in there.
Uh-oh, Camo. Shane, the link is pinned up at the top, brother, if you want to come on up. Camo just said he goes, my cell may have just did its last deed. Or it just died. So your phone quit on you, Camo? Jump over here into YouTube real quick. All right, Brenda. Thank you for coming. Oh, Camo, that's not good. Hi, Crystal. So what's everybody want to talk about? I see Camo. Well, I don't see you, but I mean, I see you in the chat. Shane. One good thing about this broadcast is StreamYard said I couldn't upload it or I couldn't live stream. I can live stream it, I just can't save it because apparently I'm already out of my hours.
Hi, Shane. What? You're out of your hours? What do you mean? We're still here.
The first 20 hours.
What are you gonna?
I just started this. I just started this up last week.
I knew it.
First show went 4.5 hours.
Well, we knew that was gonna happen, didn't we?
Oh yeah. Thankfully I got till the 3rd and then I'll have the funds and I can upgrade it.
Let's see how many
So
fans you got already. 162 subscribers. No wonder you wanted to love raid my channel. You got more subscribers than I do already. That's okay. It's okay.
Camo's phone shot the crap on him. So he's on the PC with no camera.
Oh, really? Is he the one with the 2007 one? Or no, was that someone else? Who had the 2007? That's Pappy. He's got the 2007 camera, doesn't he?
Yes.
It's freezing. It's getting cold now.
Not here.
I don't like my jail shirt anymore. I used to like my jail shirt.
It's still 80 degrees or 70
It's a
some degrees now.
Beetlejuice Dale shirt now. What? It's
Oh.
it's 70, 80 degrees. Where you are in
Yeah,
Kansas?
it was
Hi,
8, it was it was 84 degrees today.
Dale shirt now. What? It's
Oh.
70, 80 degrees. Still free over there or what?
It was 84 degrees today.
Sorry.
We don't care.
So,
Sorry, guys.
how is it down
Still
under?
amateur. Still
Hello,
amateur. You gotta
Chris,
forgive
how
me.
are you?
I'm not a pro like Monty.
Oh, I haven't done
I
a
didn't-
show in 3 or 4 days.
I was looking. I went up the whole message board looking for the link for the stream, and it was
Yeah,
pinned right in front of me.
What?
All right,
Oh,
the link.
oh.
The link.
I'll be
To get up
back.
here.
I've just
You'll
got to
be
do
back,
something
okay.
very
You'll-
quickly, but I'll still be
All right.
here. But I won't
Okay.
be here. But I'll be
Yeah,
here.
I saw your message up here.
Perfect.
Chop
This
my
is
herbs.
Yeah. Chop it. Oh, that's what it is. Gotta chop your herbs. Oh, okay. Got it. Mhm.
I thought I still had at least another 2 or 3 hours, but apparently no. They keep better track of it than I do.
So did you upgrade or what? What's the deal?
I can't yet. Not until I have the funds on the 3rd.
Well, what's gonna
That's
happen? Is this just gonna end all of a sudden? Is that what's gonna happen?
No, we can still do this. It's not going to load it to YouTube.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
We're not on, but we are on YouTube.
Well, we're on
Right.
StreamYard. We're on StreamYard, but yeah.
But you're on YouTube too, right now.
I got it destined for that. I don't know. I don't even know if it saved the very last show or not. I think it did. I don't know. See, it confuses me because StreamYard said at the first it gave me 5 free trial hours from StreamYard, and then, but yet it's supposed to give me. Okay, that was for trial recording, and then it was supposed to give me 20 hours, and I know I haven't used up all 25, so I don't know. It's confusing. But yeah, I'm gonna upgrade.
Wouldn't let you do it. They probably wouldn't let you do it if you couldn't.
They can still let you go live. They just won't let me save it to YouTube or something like that. That's how I read it before I jumped on.
Whatever that is. Who cares? We hate YouTube anyway, don't we?
Yeah.
We hate YouTube anyway. It's just my face is so big and
Why do you think I keep mine off? I hate how I look. I hate how I sound. I've heard how I sound afterwards. Like
you have a voice.
anytime I'm up on a panel, and I hate how it sounds. Oh,
Well, none
Friday.
of us like your voice. You know that? Have you figured that out yet?
right.
Do you think anybody really likes hearing the sound of their voice unless they're like a professional singer? And then they probably can't get enough of themselves.
Right. Friday, I've got to drive my mom down to Pittsburgh, which is an hour south of me, and that's where that one dental place is. So I'm going to stop in there and make an appointment.
You still haven't. Oh my God! Haven't you got your tooth fixed yet?
No.
No,
Wow.
No.
I just need this one
Monkey.
pulled. The other one, I got 2 or 3 others. Oh yeah,
He's trying to yank him out himself the other day.
yeah, that kind of hurt. That hurt.
Oh boy.
No.
How did you? Can you tell us how you managed to try and do it?
Well, I took my fingers up there and I wiggled it to see which one it was, and I found out which one it was.
Love you.
So you've got to drive an hour to go see the dental surgeon.
Yeah, it's for low income.
That's okay.
I definitely need to go see a dental surgeon about the front one. It's all the way to the gum line.
I thought you would have
What's
seen
up?
one by now.
I don't have the money. No. What's up, Tactical?
Oh, hey, what's happening?
Maybe
on
we
the
can
Thought you-
try and organize something. Hey?
Drop them the
Thought-
link.
The link's pinned at the top, brother.
Oh, well, let's promote it. Let's promote the shit out of it.
Where?
Hey? What do you reckon?
Oh, there it is.
I thought Tactical
I
knew
see
that I thought Tactical knew I had a channel.
He said, "What is this Monty with a channel?" Well, he obviously
There we
knows.
go.
Here, here he is.
Yeah, he
Hey,
knows now.
how you
Not
doing,
like I was
Shane?
hiding it.
How's it going?
It's not like
I'm gonna do a little Scott McKay and
Oh no! Don't do that.
Oh,
How does
there
he
he
go?
is.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, Matt?
Hey,
what is going on?
Tonto.
Hey,
Haven't met you yet,
no.
but I've watched a lot of your content.
Oh, thank you. Not that it's my content.
Not that
You
your
missed it.
content, but it's still good to listen to.
Oh, thank you.
You
Is
missed
how
it last
doing,
night.
baby?
good. How you doing, man? I'm doing good. I'm doing okay.
All right. I got
Can't
my
hardly
little
hear you, Tonto.
You're back home now. You were traveling, weren't you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, there's your kitty. Oh
Yeah.
my God. There's
sleeping on my
a
desk.
kitty. Oh, I love kitties.
This
And
one's
babies.
a terrorist.
And doggies and animals in
Oh,
general.
look at my hair. Wow.
You got some salt in your beard too. I don't know what. Did you grow a beard while you're traveling? Did you always have a beard?
No, I've
Do
been
you
growing.
dye your beard? My husband would dye his beard sometimes. No,
Nope.
he doesn't anymore, but he
I've
was
been
for a
married
while.
25 years. I don't have to do any of that.
He doesn't either, but he's. When I stopped dyeing mine, I think he started dyeing his beard.
You know what the Bible says? Vanity, vanity. It's all vanity.
All vanity.
Yep.
Yeah.
You
Well,
missed it
he's-
last night. You missed it last night on Travis's. Jeff B jumped up there and was on there for over an hour and a half.
Oh,
Oh, that would have been
man,
good to have you.
I was.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have
I
Tonto
got
and
a joke
Jeff.
for that Navy boy.
Was that the first
Yeah.
time? Was that the first time he ever got into Travis's show?
Yeah, Jeff B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I heard it. I listened to it. I was like, "What?" I think I was falling asleep, and I was like, "What?" That was cool. Good for Travis. How exciting for him.
Yep, that is.
Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, Jeff. Jeff explained a lot of the clearance, the top clearance thing. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
the-
very schooled in all that. That's pretty cool.
yes.
It's a good source of information.
I don't have the military terms to exactly say it, but the red tape, I guess you'd say.
Well, yeah. And,
I liked when he
he's
showed his picture of him when he was on detail for Mr. T. Did you guys see that picture? That was cool. It's like,
Yep.
oh, look
Yep.
at you in a suit. He's got some ladies that are always like,
Oh
oh.
yeah.
He loves
He
it.
gets
too.
all
It's fun.
he gets all kinds of marriage proposals.
My
Yeah. And
gosh.
that's just the guys.
He won't like
No,
that. No, maybe he will. He's got a good sense of humor, doesn't he?
He does.
He really
He has that great military sense of humor.
Yeah,
Nothing
those
really,
guys are.
nothing really phases. I mean, he gets worked up. Don't get me wrong, we all do. But that's the patriotic blood kicking up. When our patriotic hearts start beating, we get all worked up, and our blood pressure goes up, and we start losing our minds. But all in all, he's good people, just like everybody in Liberty Warrior. I mean, that's why I come here. It's an escape from insanity to come to sanity. You know what I mean? If you can follow that.
Yeah, because we're like fewer. It seems like we're fewer in my community. We're a little more fragmented, it's scattered. I don't know about your community, how it is, but it's
Well, it's the Midwest. We know our neighbors,
Yeah.
but not much beyond that. I mean, it's still, society is really standoffish anymore. You know, we just don't go to the back fence and talk to our neighbors.
Yeah.
Now, you know, now I hardly know the people 3 houses down.
Yeah.
And if I do, it's usually because they've done something. You know,
That's good.
so, it's funny
Like,
because, you know,
Not a good thing. Not a good.
I live kind of where I worked, and
Oh,
I drive around with my wife, and it's like, yeah, I've been in that house. Yeah, I've been in that house. Yep, I've been in that house. You know, it's like, so
and being that you were law enforcement, that wasn't usually a good thing.
no, not usually.
Those homes. Yeah.
Yeah. So normally, when you meet nice people, they're the victims.
Hey, you know what? Something interesting happened today. I got a 4-page document from my friend. I think I've asked you questions about the assembly before and
Yeah.
how
Yep.
you deal with these things. So this document that we got, it's 4 pages long, and there's a bunch of names of people that their oath isn't on at the courthouse. So the assembly, this document is a notice of fraud, and our sheriff's name is on it. That his, and so is 5 out of 6 of the board of supervisors. There's like probably a good 50 to 100 names. I don't know. I didn't count
And they
them.
don't have an oath of office on record
Under the
on
land,
the courthouse.
it's actually under the lands track, 2 places. Under the lands, I could go get it. It's a few steps away. But it's a legitimate document from the assembly, you know, so I don't know if you're familiar. I know you did mostly, you were on the beat, right? So,
Right, yeah.
but,
Not an attorney, just a cop.
right. And these are not attorney documents. These are from the people. And I think what I'm trying to say is they're basically accusing this nearly entire town of being a lot of frauds, and they are occupying offices they shouldn't be, and that they are embezzling money.
Wow.
And it's a big list.
You will have to hire an accountant to track the money down. We actually, as a union, actually did that against our own county. We hired accountants because they came up and they cut our contract and said they didn't have any money. And then they went and built a $5 million emergency dispatch center. It's like, how can you build a dispatch center for $5 million when you don't have any money, right? So we hired an accountant, the union did, and they found out that they weren't embezzling the money. They were shifting it to different bank accounts. So it was there.
Yeah.
It wasn't embezzlement. It just wasn't on the books. And so they could use it at their pleasure. And we nailed them to the wall. And sometimes you got to do stuff like that.
Well,
you know, find someone that's going to volunteer and say, yeah, I'll check the books. And it's a lot of work. I mean,
these guys are doing it. I'm not doing this. This is a document. There's a last I knew there was 13 people in the assembly. So this is an official document. Like, I served the public health department, one of them, with this lady too, that was accusing the public health officer that was in the office at the time of doing that, embezzling money, occupying an office without an oath. Okay. And then next thing we know, he's out. And I'm not saying it was because of that. They took our Arcata mayor and put her as the Humboldt County Public Health Director, gave her that title. So they're just shit. And so what it tells me is what they've done, besides putting money here and doing that and this and that, what they've done is just create lots of jobs.
Right. Well, that's what government does.
Right. And so the other thing was, I wanted to ask you about this document. I can't remember now. But if your union did that, they hired a lawyer to do that?
We hired an accountant, yep.
An accountant. Okay. Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. So in Humboldt County, I used to see her name is Pam Dominguez, and she is our controller auditor. And
Yes,
she
comptroller.
used,
Yep.
yeah, and she is young. She's young. And she used to come on Facebook, Craigslist, wherever, right? And various places would pop up and accuse the county of being way out of budget and calling him out all the time. And so this assembly person that is getting me this document, she sends me all this stuff, She said someone's coming here from Sacramento on the 16th of October, and they're going to be dealing with all this. So I'm thinking if there's any way, Peggy Hall said when she did a video months ago, there was 12 public health officers in prison in California and one former LA County sheriff. And this is in my mind, this is how it has to happen, wouldn't you think? Either by
Sometimes.
lawyers or the people, right?
Sometimes. I mean,
I hope to
you would
God.
hope it wouldn't get to that point, but if they're gonna just keep, laughing in your face, then you do what you got to do.
Well, they're giving our money to a communist organization that wants to dismantle capitalism. That ain't right. They weren't elected to do that.
Your,
That's for sure.
your acting president wants to do that.
That's true.
So that's part of the grand plan. Destroy this country. It's called Clive Bivin. You got to read up on
I've
it.
heard that.
Clive Bivin, you overload the system and you
Yeah.
crash it. And that's what they're doing. They're crashing the system on purpose.
Yep.
Because then they can take control. So, I mean, they were hitting those points on Liberty today. I was listening to them, and they were really hammering them home. It was, at least people are getting pretty vocal now,
Right.
and that's good. I like it. I mean, this is America. This is what we're all about. This is us. We're patriots. I mean, leave us alone. We just want to live in peace, but you're not letting us live in peace. That's all we want. We want our pursuit of happiness and to be left alone. But you just got to control it, don't you? They just got to control us.
Yeah, because we said, sure, we want to be left alone and we didn't want to be involved in it. And they just totally steamrolled us, infiltrated us at every level and took it all over.
I think this whole pandemic thing backfired on them because they thought, well, we'll lock them down and we'll really crush them. Mm-hmm. All it did is it gave us time to sit back and start thinking,
researching, learning.
Before that, you went to work, you had to pay a mortgage, you had to put food on the table, you were busy, working overtime, doing this, doing that, not paying attention, letting it happen. Yeah. Then all of a sudden they stopped all that. Oh, I opened up my eyes. Well, me too. And now it's like, oh, look what they're doing. So
I was late
on them.
I was late to the party. I was busy building a homestead, a business.
We all slept, Yana.
Some people have been following everything for a long time. There are some people that know a lot more things that have been going on, and they have known it for a long time, and I'll give them that. I'm very fresh into researching. I've known about the Illuminati and the Freemasons and that stuff and their globalist agenda, and I'm a believer. So, I've studied lots of that stuff, but it's just now it's so in our face.
It's coming to life. Before we were reading about it. Now we're actually seeing it. You're experiencing it. There's a huge difference.
It's terrifying.
Like, when biblical stories come to life, people sometimes freak out. And I try to tell them, it's like, why? You know what's coming.
I know.
You realize that the earth is going to be destroyed, right? We realize this, right?
Right.
Like not a thousand, but like a third of the population of the world is going to be wiped out, gone.
Right.
Seas are going to turn to blood. Plants are going to die.
Right.
Animals are going to die. I mean, it's like, get ready, folks. It's coming. We know what's coming. Don't be surprised. This is nothing. This is all a drop in the bucket. So, I mean, there's no reason to be afraid. We know the end of the story.
Well, yeah,
That's
there's
why
some other good news about. That's the bad news, but there is good news, right? God wins. And
I
know
hope
that.
I hope you have the best news.
yeah, right on.
Eternal salvation.
I
After
hope
that,
you.
they can't kill you.
What can man
No.
do to me?
see
And
that's why
don't worry about. I mean, they can't pluck you out of your Father's hand.
Amen.
When it's your turn, it's your turn. Don't
John
waste
10,
energy
baby. That's
worrying
right.
about anything that can happen.
Read John
that's
10.
why
That's a great passage of scripture, Tonto, all about the shepherd. I'm the good shepherd. My sheep know my voice, and they are known by me, and no one will snatch them out of my hand.
Right.
That has given me so much comfort over the years, over and over and over again.
Yep.
No one.
that's why I try and say that to expect the unexpected,
Hi,
because
Brew.
then you're
Yeah,
not
I like that one
surprised.
too. Yes. That was in my prayers for a long time. Always
So
expect the
on this
unexpected. Whatever.
one breaking headlines at one just a few minutes ago,
Hmm.
protest against the vacation mandates in New York City. This is a turning point.
Yeah,
Whoop, whoop.
that
New York, finally.
the
New York
acting
City.
governor, it's the craziness.
Yep.
I mean, and it's not just New York. There was a couple other places I was kind of touching on today. I can't remember right off the top of my head where they were, but people just walking off in droves. And
Bus drivers, 300 bus drivers walked out in Illinois.
wasn't
they're
it talking about bringing in military to drive tankers in UK for fuel?
What?
Like,
Well, they're talking about bringing the National Guard into New York to for medical.
Yeah, that was it too. Yep.
I saw
I
that.
think
Did you-
300 teachers walked off the job because of the mandates in New York.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Did you see
Police
Monkey
officers,
Works
too.
Tactical
Yeah.
tonight?
Today's
Tonight.
his shorts. The
Yeah, his sit rep.
Yeah, the sit rep. Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, Liberty. As soon as he posted it up, Liberty and them went over it and showed it, and a lot of spy planes and tankers. Now, you notice
What
they
is
didn't
going on
say.
there? That's scary.
You notice they didn't say fighters, jet fighters, because
Tankers equal fighters.
right, because you got to keep the fighters afloat. You got to keep them up in the air.
Yeah.
And the squawk boxes on the jet fighters ain't turned on. You can't turn them on, from what I know of. Now, military control towers will be able to see them, but civilian control towers cannot.
Yeah. Well, they have pre-designated flight routes too.
Right.
So, in and out of areas, and they're like, this is military only, and stay out, and so.
Don't come here or you'll die.
Actually, I just watched the video of in northern Michigan. I'm from Michigan, so in northern Michigan,
Yeah.
the military did a test where they landed an A-10 Warthog on a highway.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's an 810 Warthog? A big
A-10
plane?
Warthog is a air-to-ground aircraft used to bust tanks,
Yeah.
and they were testing. They're just doing a test, and they landed that thing right on the freeway.
Is that an Airbus?
Yeah.
No.
It's because when they designed the highway system in America,
Yeah.
every 5 miles is 1 mile of straightness in the highway system.
Right.
So the military can use it as runways.
That's great.
on purpose.
Well,
And they were just
even-
testing it.
Even civilian planes, though, too, if they used to have trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
They
seen a
could
few
land.
stories like that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Couple of
But
close calls.
just to see that is a little eerie. You know,
It
I was
is.
just like, now why would they want to do that?
In Michigan, huh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that was right on the heels of that. I say it was shot down, but they lost that F-16 over the UP in Michigan not too long ago. I say it was shot down, but they said it was it crashed on its own. But I don't believe them for 1 second.
They don't tend to crash on their own unless there is a
Well-
major malfunction.
There was no reason
Right.
for it to be in the UP where it was.
What does that
there's
mean?
They're like, well, it was from
Peninsula?
Wisconsin. Well, if it was from Wisconsin, it would have come across the lake, not across the UP. And it would
The
not-
UP is the thumb. The UP is the thumb of Michigan.
No, it's
It's upper. Well, that's what I was meaning. The upper thumb part. Yeah. The Yipsy, not Battlefield, is it?
No, you're thinking like Escanaba and Mackinac and
Sault Ste. Marie and
Sault Ste. Marie. That's all the UP. That's
Yeah.
above the bridge. So,
yeah.
but
Yeah, no,
there's no reason for it to be up there.
Yeah.
And there's multiple things against it. One, they said it was from Wisconsin. So why is a Wisconsin jet flying over the UP? Two, it's fully loaded.
Hmm.
It had all its rockets and all its ordnance on it. They never found the pilot. Well, whatever. But that was right at the same time that they were talking about there was a whole bunch of Chinese troops in Canada. But anyway,
What do you mean they
Right.
never found the pilot? Did the plane go down? Are you
yeah,
talking
the plane crashed.
about last week?
No, this has been a while ago, a few
Okay.
months, about 6 months ago, 7
All
months
right.
ago, somewhere in there.
Okay.
And yeah, there was just way too many strange things that didn't add up. And I'm just like, their story sucks. And then like I said, that was right on at the same time you were getting reports of all the Chinese troops up in Canada along the border. So who, maybe the Canadians shot it down. Who knows? So I don't know. Things that make me go,
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. I don't know. But did you guys see a headline or there was somebody sent me an hour show. It was Mel K's show. And the headline said that there was EMA Amps K coming to the USA in
Yeah,
states. Did anybody watch that show today?
no.
No.
We've been having those camps here and there set up,
Oh
but
shit, we got terrorist camps. Remember the one
Yeah.
down in the desert they found along the
Yeah.
border? It's like,
Yep.
Okay, but we've had Russians since the Cold War. We've known that they've cached weapons and armament in our country all over the place. We've known that. We do the same thing to them. They were talking about, I heard Travis talking about man-portable nukes and all that stuff. We have them too. And guess what? The U.S. is missing a couple themselves, not just the Russians. So, yeah, we're missing a couple nuclear warheads. So, we had a couple go down in the ocean, and they're missing a couple in transport. And,
Oh,
yeah.
How the hell do you lose nukes?
hey, give
How do you
this
lose a
a try.
nuke?
How would you like
Sorry,
that
Shane.
job? How
Go
would
ahead,
you like
Shane.
that job? Here's a job for you. You take this suitcase nuke, you go hide it near a military base behind enemy lines, and you wait for it to detonate. That's your job. That's
Why?
what our guys had to do. They had to take their man-portable nuclear device, bury it by a Russian base, and then wait for it to go off.
Wow.
That would suck.
Yeah.
I would hate to draw that straw. You know what I mean? Be like, son of a gun. But
I
But
just
hey.
want to tell you one thing about that nuke thing. In our Board of Supervisors, in the last month, guess what they've done? It's on the very top of our consent agenda. You could go to Humboldt County's Board of Supervisors and look it up yourself. They waived our nuclear free zone.
that just might
Tell
be
me
so
why.
they might be transporting material through your by train car. Because a lot of times, areas are off limits to transporting radioactive materials, and you have to get special permission to bring it like a train car through with it
Okay.
on there, truck with it on there, and that just might be a one-time shot. They might be or they might be moving something through that is going to be on a regular basis. So actually,
Well,
if you're looking to invest in something, uranium futures are
On the
a really
rise.
good thing. Uranium futures are a good thing to invest in.
I think there's
Because
uranium. I think there's
nuclear energy is going to be around for quite some time.
Well, Australia's
Carl.
talking about it now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Camo Carl says tactical Tano sounds like a defection prevention.
Say what?
I got it pinned right up here on the panel. Camo Carl says
Defection
tactical
prevention.
Tano sounds like a defection prevention.
What does?
The when you was talking about the jet going down,
Oh,
I think.
maybe. I mean, I think Canada has. I'm not positive. They might have F-16s too, but they said it was one of ours from Wisconsin. It was supposed to be a National Guard unit.
Did I hear you right? You said the pilot went missing.
Yes, the pilot went missing. There was a huge manhunt for him.
And he's still not being found.
Not that I know of.
Oh, wow.
Because it is pure wilderness up there. So it's not real easy to get around. But you would think a crash site with the latest technology on aircraft, you would think you'd have a general idea of where the crash went down at.
So what was on this? What was on this? So did he? What was on this plane?
I never heard about it until.
The F-16 is a single seat fighter.
Okay.
It's a fighter interceptor, and he was loaded with anti-aircraft stuff. So he was fully loaded with like he was flying a mission in the desert. So why? And that's another thing. He's fully loaded. If he's on a training mission, he's going to fly directly to a bombing range. There's 2 bombing ranges in Michigan, one in lower Michigan and one in the middle of Michigan. And there is no way an aircraft carrying live ordnance is going to fly way out of its way to come down to a bombing range. They just won't
deviate.
They won't waste
Right.
the fuel.
To deviate from its
Right.
course.
Why would you fly a loaded aircraft way out of your way to get to a bombing range that he could have shot directly across Lake Michigan, hit the range, which is in the middle of Michigan, and then do his thing and then fly right back instead of going all the way up to the UP and then back again? Don't make sense.
Did he go up that way because of bad weather?
No.
Is bad weather?
It was a clear day.
Oh,
That's just it. It was a clear day.
well then weather's out of the picture.
Right.
I don't know. This is the first I've heard of it when you mentioned it.
Oh man, yeah.
That's how much it didn't make headlines.
But that aircraft would have had that much tracking on it, being a military aircraft.
Yeah, right.
It would have that much. They would have known exactly where it landed.
There was a huge manhunt up there. So I mean, never heard about them recovering the crash stuff or anything like that. So, and I mean, I was, as soon as it happened, I flipped up the police scanner because I know the counties up there by name that, you know, that it happened in. So I flipped up their emergency channels and started listening. Nothing. I was like,
so one of them's probably worth what, 50 million easy?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. I once ordered one.
It'd have to have at least 3 or 4.
Yeah, when I was in the military, I saw it on the order form, so I ordered one. They didn't send it.
It just never came.
I tried. They didn't send it. So I don't think they found it real funny.
Tina P,
Hey,
yes, it would have a. It would have that fighter jet would have a locator beacon or a black box on
They'd
it.
have everything on it. The pilot would
it
have
has
one.
probably
I'm sure
2 or
the
3 of
pilot
them.
seat probably has one.
Yeah,
So you know,
they got a smaller version of it on their vest.
so I mean, I
He'd
know
probably
they
have equipment on him where you could locate. If he
Right,
was
I
an
mean, as
American
long as
soldier,
the-
he'd have equipment on him that would be able to track him too, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think that's
looked
all
at
standard
helmets, survival
equipment.
gear.
Yeah.
Yep. So if he's awake or alive when he punches out, I mean,
Right.
if the
Well,
shock doesn't break his back,
That's the first I've heard about it.
yeah.
I'll have to go look
you
for it
can
now.
Google it. F-16 crashed in the Upper Peninsula. It happened about
Shane-
6 months ago.
Shane, you was asking about the A-10 Warthog. It's the one that has the 20. Is it 20 or 30 millimeter cannon in the nose?
20 millimeter. It's not an aircraft. It's a cannon that flies.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, there's 2 of those Vulcan guns that they have on there, 2 sizes. The 20 is the later version
And
because a buddy of mine was in the Air Force. He was telling me about the 2 different calibers that they had on there.
it uses depleted uranium shells.
Yep, that's why it's called the tank killer.
Yep.
Camo Carl said the pilot may have went rogue and someone shot him down.
That's like I said, it
That's
was right at that same time that I started hearing stories about Chinese troops in Canada. You know, and then
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Remember that one guy had that short video of the troops in marching order going in Canada? He drove by them. It was just a short little snippet.
I didn't
That's
see
what
any
Camo-
videos.
that's what Camo Carl was talking about. Defective prevention.
Right. It might be, yeah. It might be. Basically a reverse show of force, sort of. It's like, this is what happens when you try to get back across the border. Maybe, but again, it was our aircraft, and so why is it flying alone too? Don't they fly in pairs? I don't know.
But nothing was mentioned of his partner, because usually they have a wingman,
But
right?
it was by itself. So I don't know. Maybe somebody stole it.
Yeah, I was just thinking
That's
that.
quite possible too. And they didn't want you to know about it.
Exactly.
That would be,
They didn't.
yeah, that would be pretty good. That would be a story to quash.
That
Somebody
does make
stole
sense.
an aircraft and they don't want you to know about it because that shows a breach of security.
And before they got too far out of U.S. territory, they took him down.
Right. That might be it. Never thought of it that angle. That's pretty good. We might have done it, did the old Firefox.
Yep,
So,
Oh, jeez.
I remember that movie.
here with Clint Eastwood,
Yeah,
where he had
He had
to
to
think in Russian.
Yeah, he had to speak Russian into it for it to fire.
Yeah, back in the days when we knew our enemy,
Well,
it was easy back then. We knew who they were. Britain was still our friend. Canada was still our friend. You know, and everyone hated the Russians.
Yeah, that was before the politicians sold us out.
Yeah,
What
that
happened
was
in
before we
Germany?
became Russians. That was before we became communists.
Russia wasn't near as bad, near as of a bad guy as what the media and everybody played it out to be.
I don't know what to think about Russia.
They were. I mean, they were empire big time. I mean, look at all the Eastern Bloc. Those people did not have freedom at all. So,
I know.
and that's what they're trying to do to us. If you want to see what they're trying to do to us, look at what the Soviet Union was like, 30, 40 years ago. That's what they're trying to do to us.
What happened in Germany, Crystal?
Answer Camo's stuff. Did you answer Camo's question? He said, tactical Tonto sounds like a defection prevention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, why am I not seeing? I'm not seeing any of the chat.
How come?
Are you in StreamYard?
Yes, I'm in StreamYard.
Yeah, see where it says private messages and it will say normal messages? Or
Yeah.
what does it say?
Oh,
Comments.
Oh, there.
Private chat. Yeah,
the
just click on the
man.
comments
You
part.
are
Yeah,
the man. Yep. There we go.
perfect.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's not like stream. It's not like Restream.
Okay. All right.
How many can you have on your panel? 6, right?
6 right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's cool that you're doing this.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
kind of switching channels, and I saw Travis was off, and I'm like, let's see what else is going on. And I'm like, what? Then I saw Deanna. I'm like, get out of town.
We're hanging
I thought
out.
you knew about this.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started up last week.
Yeah, I just got back from camping, so I've been touch and go, trying to get things at home all settled down, and you know how it is.
Right.
So
What happened? You just got back from camping.
yeah, oh yeah.
Every time we see you, you're camping.
What can I say? I know. And the funny thing is, I'm about to go back out next week.
Good.
I'm
One
telling
more
you.
trip this year.
Right
I
on.
think since I've been watching, right, I think I've seen you probably at home once.
I'm telling you, he goes up there. He goes up there and dances with Smokey the Bear and
Oh, I
or the
do.
Mrs. the Bear.
And Yogi,
That's it.
you have a picnic with
I
Yogi.
like to do the wild thing.
Hey, don't we all?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Matt, the whole time Jeff B was on Travis last night, I kept waiting for you to come up in the chat or on panel.
Oh my gosh. One of these days, him and I are going to get together, and I guarantee you guys are going to be laughing so hard you're going to cry.
I think there needs to be a show on Travis or Liberty like that.
Oh man. Well, I mean,
Travis invited him back.
It
Like
started
what?
in with Dreamweaver. Has anyone seen Dreamweaver lately?
Whoa, we miss him.
He's been
saw his
sick.
wife.
Mrs. Dreamweaver has
Yeah, she
popped
was
into
sick.
Travis's,
Yeah, Mrs. Dreamer is in Travis's chat.
Yeah.
so she's been letting us know that they are feeling a little bit better, but they've been sick for the last couple of weeks.
Tell him to get the penicillin already and go. It's like, what the heck? Yeah, he's a funny dude. I mean, he gets me laughing something fierce.
Oh yeah,
Just mainly because, we've shared those stories, and I mean, it's super funny.
Yeah.
The fact is stranger than fiction. So
yeah.
Chris said that they had the election over there and that lady governor got voted out. Hey,
Oh,
Trav. Y'all
the
settled in
chancellor.
Paris now and you miss us and you're back?
Travis is here.
Hi, Travis.
Hi, Travis.
The link's up at the top if you want to
The
come
links
up on panel.
if you want to come on in.
In Germany, yes, the chancellor was Merkel, and that was
Merkel's out.
that was the dictator in World War II's daughter.
Yeah, that's what they claim.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
Hey, have you guys ever seen that giant tent city in Saudi Arabia?
Giants. No, but I've seen camel races.
Giant tent city, empty.
No, they are. There's camel jockeys. I'm not kidding.
No.
They ride camels. They have races like we have horse
This isn't it.
No, I've never seen you mean like the refugee camp?
It goes for miles and miles and miles. It's brand new. You used to be able to look it up on Google Earth. You can look it up. Just like, I wanted to talk to Camo. I forgot. He was talking about, I was going to ask him if he does Google SEO because he sounds like a Google SEO person talking about those keywords and searches and stuff like that. My husband does that stuff too. But the tent city in Saudi Arabia, I saw it like 10 years ago. I can't remember how I came across it, but I never forgot about it. And I've seen it since then. I've looked it up and I could still see it. But now with all this censoring, I haven't looked it up in the last year and a half. But it didn't used to be hard to find. You could find
What's it called?
I just would Google Saudi Arabia empty tent city and see what comes up.
I just looked at tent city Saudi Arabia.
And under images,
Yeah, it's got all these like tent looking things.
they're white and black, I guess. They're mostly white.
Yeah, and they've got like a triangle thing on top.
They're brand new, right? Never been used. It goes on for miles. What is that for?
Most everything in Saudi Arabia is new.
I wonder what it is.
These have been around for a long time. They're just unoccupied. It's like they're ready for something. When you see it, you're going, what in the world are they getting ready for here? It's to hold quite a large amount of people. I think 1 million
It says
people, at least.
A refugee camp.
That's
Maybe
what I'm
it's
thinking.
maybe it's to take Afghanis.
it says this is an empty tent city in Saudi Arabia. It has power, plumbing, and air conditioning. It could comfortably house 3 million refugees right now. Before you lecture me on refugees, lecture your neighbors. That was just some little meme that I've just read.
Okay. Whatever that.
It was just.
If it's a meme, though.
So maybe that's it. Maybe they're going to put refugees there or something.
It's been there a long time, Tonto. It's been there a long time. That's not brand new. Does
Well,
it
we've
say
had-
how long it's been there?
We had tent cities during Desert Storm in
In
Saudi
America
Arabia.
or over there in
Over
Afghanistan?
there.
Over there.
Yeah, we lived in tents for months.
Yeah, but these have never been occupied, and 3
I know.
million. Yeah, it's crazy. Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
it's massive. 3 million people.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
That's a major city.
Yeah.
They've got Does it They've
say
got an
how
aerial
long?
shot just looking down on it.
Do they
It
have-
doesn't really say
now,
too much more.
Here's a question: is it surrounded by fence? No,
that is a
really.
good-
Is it
That's a good
surrounded by
question.
fence and barbed
I
wire?
don't know.
Yeah,
Right.
that is
That's
a
a
good
great
question.
question.
What kind of barriers surround that?
No kidding. We're not
If
going to
it's
go
just
visit
a
that
tent
tent
city,
city.
If it's just a tent city where people can come and go, but you got to have control points and guard towers and who
Yeah.
polices it? I mean, you're
does it
just
tell
going to
what-
put 3 million people together and not have police force?
Does it tell what
That'd be
city?
like having San
I think it's
Francisco
called
with
Mena.
no police force. You know,
Be
It's
like,
called what?
it'd be like having
Mena?
San Francisco with no police force.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Isn't
called
that crazy?
Mina. M-I-N-A.
Mana?
Where is
M-I-N-A.
it in the Saudi Arabian
Right.
desert? Does it show, Shane, where it
It
is?
doesn't really show where, but it's called Mina, Mina, Saudi Arabia.
Mina. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's all right.
Let me
Mina.
see what I can.
I've never heard anything about this before.
I can't remember how I came. I think it's through church or something. It's been like 10 years ago, I think. Maybe 5. It's years ago. It's not
Saudi.
anything. I haven't thought about it for a long time. I just started thinking about it recently.
Well, if people leave me alone and shut up about this jab, I'll go live there. If they leave me alone.
Shane.
Oh yeah.
Holy cow.
You see it? It's massive,
Now
right?
you're gonna make me go look. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, you gotta
Oh,
go.
it's easy. I'm on Google. I put in the tent city in Mina, Saudi Arabia.
Oh, well, now, yeah, because now we have the city. Thank you for that, Shane. Tent City, Saudi Arabia. I know they're going to do something, you guys. I don't know. Maybe they'll, who knows? Look at that. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. There's some good aerial shots. Those are better than when I only seen one picture before. And it's none of these I'm seeing right now at the top.
Can you spell that again?
Mina, Saudi Arabia. SAUDIA, and then Arabia. ARABIA.
Wow, there's an article here from We the People of the United States, and it says, why is the Saudi Arabia tent city not hosting refugees from nearby nations?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We the People of the United States asked it, I guess. I don't know what I want to see. This is probably from the assembly. Shane, did you ever check out that assembly thing I showed? I shared that link because it said that you didn't even have to be an American to join the assembly.
Yeah, I had it on my desktop, and then I closed my desktop, and then it closed back down. But I'll grab the link off you again in Facebook if that's all right.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see how far back this goes. This article I'm in says September 2015. So it looks like the first whatever I'm on. Well, this is We the People though. So that doesn't mean this article goes that far back. Al Jazeera. I think you could go into Al Jazeera and find out more about it. I don't know what they plan to do with it. No,
they're talking about COVID passports in Australia at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, you know what? In Humboldt County too, next week they're voting on it. Our board of supervisors is voting.
At least
on
you
it.
get a vote.
Oh,
it's probably a corrupt vote anyway.
We're gonna go make a big stinky, even though they don't go to work. They Zoom.
Yeah, that's what our pollies do.
I'm ready to go track them down at their houses. I'm sick of this.
You should.
They haven't sat.
It's not illegal to protest in the street in front of their houses.
I'll tell you what. There's a lot of us
and
already.
That scares the dog crap out of them.
You know what someone said in the chat? Was it your chat? Someone's chat. They said, "Go take over the radio stations," and I was like, "That's it. That's where we go. When we go to take over, you go to the radio station."
And then they'll have to report that there's people protesting out the front.
You just take it over and tell them what's going on, you know?
Yeah, just take it over.
Hey, buddy, show me how to run it.
Did you catch my
I wouldn't
comment?
recommend that.
You know, you're saying they do all their meetings on Zoom?
Yes.
Did you catch my comment?
No, sir.
Go cut their cable line. Then they have to have a meeting.
They do all their stuff in the dark anyway. You know what I mean? Like they'll just keep having that meeting and do it. They don't need us.
You'd have to cut the router access too.
I don't want to go.
I wouldn't cut it because that would cause damage. I'd get a jammer. I'd get a jammer.
Yep, There you go.
That way you can place a jammer next to the building and
Yeah,
cover it
it's
all up.
time to get good. It's time to get good, isn't it? It's
Yep.
just so
Got to be creative.
what like
Uh,
do you as a
on
law
that-
enforcement officer expect, and how do you see us rising up in a lawful manner to take this situation back for ourselves? How can we
Who,
do
who says I do?
yeah,
No.
he's never stated otherwise.
I'm getting to the point where we're beyond talk.
Yeah.
lawful?
Civil
And
disobedience. Read Thoreau's Walden.
Did you hear what I mentioned in Liberty tonight?
Maybe, maybe not. I was only there for a little bit.
I was talking about. I was like, you know how you watch a ship sail off in the distance and it keeps getting smaller and smaller. I was like, that's how I see the American flag and the Constitution.
Yeah,
You know.
we're letting it die.
Yeah,
And
And-
I mean, what I'm afraid of is that we'll have some crackpots start this thing up and we're not ready for it. You know, they'll start it and the government will mobilize and they, you know, throw us under their boot and we're really going to be behind the power curve instead of doing it right and organizing and getting behind, you know, whether you get behind a leader or you get behind like a strong council, but shoot, find me a politician, find me a leader that is worth their weight in gold. I mean, they're worth their weight in salt even. I mean, it's like a unicorn. You have a better chance of finding a freaking unicorn than you do a leader.
yeah.
So,
Do
I
you
mean,
think Mr. Chi hoped someone else would rise up to lead the people while he?
well, I'm hoping somebody like that Marine colonel that just went to the brig. You know, I was hoping maybe like a General Flynn, but
Yeah.
he's not. He's got no. I mean, yeah, he's been through hell, but so
He
he's
said we're
worried
on
about
our own,
himself.
didn't he? Didn't he say we're on our own too?
Do you see this? Look, up on the screen.
Yeah, I see it. We need to go.
Here's the thing. Here's one problem about that, and this started quite a few years ago, about 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there. Remember how they made the law to where you couldn't even do a peaceful protest, Matt, and in front of
Right.
any federal building, or
Yeah,
else
you-
you would be detained.
Yeah, that's what they
Yes.
said. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
they was setting up for this a long time ago.
They tried. Well, they tried that. Tried that here in Michigan, and they closed off. They closed off the Capitol building with the state police, but they had a big Second Amendment rally outside, and of course, they're all like, "Oh my gosh, they all have guns! They all have guns!" And it's like, yeah, we do, and I'm glad you're scared. I'm glad
Yeah.
you're scared. So that tells me right there that they did the right thing. So that's what's wrong with Australia. They don't have any guns,
Absolutely right.
and it's
They don't.
what's going to happen
Right.
is Australia is going to have to take a chapter out of the IRA playbook from Ireland and get down and dirty. That's what's going to have to happen.
Definitely.
I know what chapter you're talking about, Matt.
Yeah, but that's what's going to come.
It's the one
They're
where they
forcing
win.
They're
Right.
forcing it.
But here's the thing: there can't be no innocence lost. And if you know the IRA and what they did what they done, Matt knows what I'm talking about. I just don't want to say that word. There was some innocence lost when
There
they done
always
that.
is.
There always
Yeah.
is.
I know.
Right. There always
Always
is.
is. But
It's war. It's war, honey. It's war right now.
it
This
sucks.
is
I
war.
understand
It is.
that.
But they're
I don't want
that's
no
what they're
innocent-
coming to.
I'm not
Because
advocating for innocent to die, Monty. Absolutely
No.
not.
Hey,
I'm not either. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But guess what?
Let's be realistic.
After 22 years, a bunch of people that live in mud huts kicked our butt in Afghanistan. It's
What?
called Resolve.
Did they?
They
Well,
and before
Well, they
that they kicked the Russians' butt, and before that they kicked the British butt. They've been fighting for decades. It's a waiting game.
it's
It's a
because they
waiting
let
game.
that giant out of the cave over there, and he kicks everyone's ass. Do you see that video on YouTube of the giant, the red-headed giant?
I
that
mean,
they
come
found?
on. I mean,
Huh?
my heart goes out to Australia. That's a penal colony. I mean, those people are hardcore. It's like they are gonna get mad. They're getting pushed and they're getting poked and they're gonna wake up a sleeping giant that they're not gonna know what to do with. I mean, that's how it is. People just get tired.
Diana,
They just get tired,
Yeah.
and they're done being pushed around.
Well,
look at private chat.
It's
and media portrayal of that situation against Brits. What?
No, the private chat that I put.
Oh, I don't know where it is.
It's
right next to regular chat.
yeah.
Okay, hold on.
But that's what will happen. That is exactly what will happen.
Yes.
It'll be red.
That's
dawn.
why I was saying. That's why I was saying we got to be careful. Shane, down there.
Yeah.
I can't find the right words because I don't want this to be labeled
forgot
as.
about that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what they do,
Yes.
Monty. Yeah,
Yes.
I know what they do. Yeah.
I
What
forgot
the,
about
what the
that.
what the mob was accused of doing and have implemented.
IEDs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
The only trouble is they've tied us down with these laws. They've taken away all our rights. We can't even have a protest during a pandemic. Apparently, it's craziness.
Right. It's
I hope you're right, Matt.
yeah. I
Drop there, Camo.
just have to kind of watch history and see what's going to
I'm just
happen.
afraid. Maybe we've turned we've turned too civilized.
I can't believe that.
No,
I can't
No.
believe that. No, I think
we ain't.
well, I don't know. Maybe
You
But-
still think we got that killer instinct?
I know I do.
Well,
You know what?
the thing that gets me that I always remember the 3%ers. Only well, they say 3, but roughly around 20% of the population fought in the Revolutionary War. That was it. The other 80% stayed out. So as I sit here, I mean, look at how focus groups change opinion now, and we're at
well,
Yeah.
I mean,
when you talk them numbers, 3% of. So imagine what that other, and you've got propaganda coming in.
yeah,
Oops.
Oh,
What did I do?
yeah. So out of 300 and just say 300 million people, 3%. So we're talking what 300,000 or 600,000, maybe. That's more than every police officer in the United States. There's only about 550,000 law enforcement officers in the entire United States. That's a whole bunch of nothing. I mean,
And look at the population of Canada and United States alone.
dude, this fall, over 700,000 hunters will hit the woods in Michigan alone. 700,000. That's more than every police officer in the United States. And they all have weapons. Every one of them has a gun or two.
Someone posted last night, I think it was last night in Travis's, that Ohio alone during the deer season last year, there was over 713,000 deer taken.
I believe it.
713,000 deer. That is a lot.
Yeah, but you're talking millions in the herd, and if you don't cull them down, they die a very nasty, slow death. So
Why do you think they're implementing what the COF on us?
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying there? So they're calling the herd.
well, that's if you're asking me, I see it that way.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't, but that's what I think the jab is all about. I think the jab has to do with the guide stones in Georgia.
I think it's got to do with it as well. Yeah.
If you know what I mean. If you see the correlation there.
I shared a video clip the other day about it to a few people, even Mike and Travis and Craig and Riddle, and it was okay. More or less, what it talked about was it's not the virus that's supposed to kill us. It is the vacation, and
Right.
It's also supposed to wipe out 3 generations worth of reproductive systems. That's why they're wanting to give it to the teenagers and the babies and stuff. You
Right.
look back at that, then the babies that was born at the time that get the vacation is going to be, okay, think ahead. Think 3 generations.
They just
Yeah.
came out. They just came out with the stat. 80%. That's an 8 and a 0. 80% of women who get the jab are losing their babies in the first trimester of pregnancy.
And if they do,
80%.
yeah, and if they do still go ahead and deliver the baby, it's born with deformities and everything.
So that, I mean, they decide it's the long game. And
there was a video of a brain being cut in half. They flipped it open, and it was full of blood clots.
Ooh,
From
I
a
saw
person
that
that-
one. That was
Yeah.
gross.
From a person that had the vacation. I'll just say it that way.
Spooky.
I
That's
just,
gross.
hundreds of thousands of issues, hundreds of thousands.
But you know, they've been doing this with these this kind of medicine to us for a long time. And I think, don't you think a lot of people right now have really woke up to this too? I sure did. I did it to my kids. I did all those things to my kids. If I had a kid today, I wouldn't give them one single one of those things today.
Oh,
Nope.
neither would I. What I was just sitting there, my wife and I were commenting when I was filling up with gas the other day. You know how the gas pumps have the advertisement and stuff on them while you're pumping, it plays stuff? It had an advertisement for the jab.
Oh, yuck. How
And
disgusting.
so they had this black guy there, and he's talking about, we know that they had the Tuskegee experiments, and you need to just do your research, and they actually came out and said, and you need to stay off of social media.
Oh, kiss my ass.
They said that right in the advertisement. I'm like,
Well, YouTube come out today and said that they're going to stop promoting.
Yep, medical information, misinformation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they've been censoring us on that for the last couple months.
They're Nazis. They're the Nazis.
we have to say jab, and we can't say.
Can't say that. No, you can't even say that anymore. I was told tonight.
Oh.
Monty told me.
You should be allowed to have an
Hey.
opinion on these things.
Hey now.
Hey
Hi,
there.
Sage.
Hey.
Sage,
Hey, say.
the legend.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, we're just shooting the breeze, man.
Just make sure we're shooting a breeze by a hypothetical situation we can't talk about, top secret operation.
Exactly. Exactly.
Allegedly.
Pretty
Like
much.
that. Yeah.
I remember these conversations my parents used to have about like Christmas gifts, and they didn't want to say,
Yeah.
you know, just the thingamajig thing for the one over there. What? I think
Yeah.
you know, stuff like so. It's weird conversations. This turns this into it's funny.
I'll tell you what, Sage, you're my brother is a shipping broker, and I turned him on to you, and man, he loves your content. He said he's distributing it all over the world. So
Oh.
you're getting sent down to Colombia, and you're getting sent down to Florida, and all over the place.
Thank you so much.
Because he's in shipping, and he wants to know this, and he wants his businesses to know this, and you know you're cutting edge. So keep up the good work.
Yeah, that's what kind of how I started. Because like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. So one of the things is I needed my customers to know because I can't have them be caught off guard because that.
Yeah.
I look at my business as the sheepdog of everybody. If I protect everybody else, I'm protected, right? So if I tell my carriers, I tell my customers, you know, and make sure everybody understands what's going on, then down the road, nothing, you know, hopefully I'm also protected. And that's kind of when I started doing a lot of this stuff too with the, you know, analytics and taking a look because, and it just got worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then I just start digging more and more into it. And it was just, you know, I'm making phone calls and I'm like, okay. And he probably, I don't, does he do shipping in regards to trucking or does he do a trucking?
Yeah, he does all the brokerage stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah. And what's cool is you make me sound intelligent. So I sit there and I watch your program and then I call him up and I ask him questions and he's all impressed because I talk the same language. I'm like, yeah, thanks, Sage. but he's bouncing. He's, you know, because I'm like, yeah, well, what about shipping out of California? And he goes, oh, California, you can't even get somebody for under $6,000. And he goes, blah, blah, blah. And then he's talking about, you know, they're, you know, talking about finding the truckers and, all, you know, all this stuff. And it's just like, wow, you know, and then he's talking about, you know, things that you were saying about, you know, they order it, but the warehouse isn't ready to pick it up or take it. So the truck has to come back. And he goes, now we have to reschedule and that costs money. And, you know, he goes, he was telling me a story of the guy's warehouse is right next to a funeral home. And there was a huge funeral and it blocked the entrance and the truck couldn't get in. And the truck driver was like, well, I can't get in. My brother's like, well, you got to go. See ya. And the guy got all mad and he's like, well, I can't leave the truck out there waiting. You know, if I can't help you didn't coordinate, you know, so it just brings it all to life what you're saying. And it's like, wow, he is 100% accurate.
It's a mess. And like I said,
It is.
Me being a truck driver and then, you know, getting a carrier and moving on all the way up to kind of the chain of command. It just gets messier and messier. And what happens is you're actually going to look and think to yourself, well, these are businesses. They got to know what they're doing. Wrong. It's such chaos sometimes that it's funny because it's happened more over the years. Like at one time when I first started, shipping managers and traffic managers and stuff like that, they knew their crap, man. They you know what I mean? Like you go in there and they'd be like, this is how it's going to be done. It was like military style. You know what I mean? They knew what they needed. It just progressed into everybody wanting to take less accountability for everything and throwing it all on. And I've tried at least in my business, I've tried to stay the person that I have to hold the accountability. I've got to be that guy. And, you know, sometimes I'm a pain in the butt and it's, you know, constantly saying, okay, do we do this? We have to check this. We have to check this. But it's just gotten, logistics themselves is just gotten messier and messier. And then when we started to focus more on just-in-time freight because we can get things faster like that, it was, you know, I remember saying, this is going to go bad. This is going to go bad. Because if you're focusing on waiting for it to show up, you know, to build something, trucks break down, things come, you know, don't do this. But the system did. And that's because they wanted more room to manufacture and less room to store. So they were letting other people store.
Well, storage is overhead.
Right, exactly.
All dollars and cents.
Right.
Storage overhead.
And then I just
Yeah,
started,
the more you have, sitting and wasting and waiting, then the more you're losing.
right. And that became a big, a big factor. And it was just like, okay. And you even see it on the road. You would see that, normally truck stops would have starters or mechanics would have things on hand. And they're just like, yeah, let me go get that from the back room. And then it turned into, even an oil change. They're like, hang on, we got to go to Napa and get your oil filter.
Right. Yep.
Like, whoa, wait, you don't even have an oil filter? That's how bad it was, all the way down to that mechanic getting it from Napa.
Yeah.
That's a big part of how this all happened in the beginning, but
Yeah.
now it's more. In my eyes, it's more than that, because I'm trying to figure out. We are definitely. It's like my wife said. My wife's like a professional shopper. She doesn't officially hold the title, but I'm giving her the title. But she said yesterday, we talked about this yesterday, that she doesn't see, like, there's stuff on eBay and she'll sell like DVDs we've watched and things like that. And there's stuff that she has on searches, and I'm not too familiar with this, and it almost scares me, because if I knew she shopped this much, I'd probably be more nervous. But she can actually save a search that she was looking for something on eBay. And it's got to the point that she's telling me things are not selling on eBay. They're sitting for long periods of time. So I'm trying to, and I kind of use this and say, okay, well, if people aren't buying on eBay, what is selling? What are all these goods that we can't get moved? Where are all these goods going? So I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. At one time, I thought warehouses were storing for inflation, but now I think that warehouses are trying to get a bunch of stuff in to kind of store for a different situation. That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
Possible problems in the future that they see
Right.
coming in. So I need to kind of dig in on that too. But is that my mic? I have to
I'm noticing that too. I can't tell whose it is.
No, I think it's mine.
Okay. But
It's
yeah,
that
so-
down under situation.
Yeah.
And as your ex-police officer or still active?
I am a former.
Former police officer. And you know how important logistics is in regards to just logistics comes through everything, even just getting cars. to
Right. Oh yeah.
situations.
Well, you know why we won Desert Storm? Because Schwarzkopf was a logistics general, or he was a logistics genius.
Right.
So I mean, that's how you win nowadays.
Right.
So,
And so that eye that for being in logistics so long, it just brings that thing. And I don't think a lot of people understand. Well, at least there's understanding more now how important logistics actually is for absolutely almost everything we do.
Can I pause you there? When people say logistics, it's very vague in general to me. Can you be more specific?
Basic logistics is the basically movement of everything.
Project managing then?
Project manager, basically the logistics aspect of something is the actual movement of any type of, either it could be anything from information to police car, setting up police cars in certain spots to make sure that they can completely cover a certain area. Dispatching.
Being in charge of supplies. It's being in charge of things that are in motion.
Correct.
Things that are in motion. Okay.
Right. Things that need to be moved from one place to another. And like I said, and that it brings a different view to things, because a lot of times logistical people, I can't be looking at it with tunnel vision or on the ground level. I always have to be looking above and seeing how the parts get to where they need to get to all these spots. So it kind of trains you not to look at that ground level and to look at that top level constantly. Because I need to, just like police or military, it's like, okay, I've got, why do I have 16 cars over here and 2 cars over here? What happens if something happens where the 2 cop cars are? We need to start shuffling areas where certain cars get to as backup, if at all possible, within, let's say, 2 minutes. So I have to keep cars, try to pace them out within 2 minutes of each other in certain areas, or trucks delivering food. You don't want trucks crisscrossing each other if they're delivering food, like a U.S.
Typically multiple. It's typically dealing, because for us on a small scale, as a small business owner, we're in 3 counties in Northern California. We're 5 hours north of San Francisco, but we we employ in a couple of counties outside of our own. And so I understand the logistics of running floor machine parts back and forth and hiring employees down there and that kind of stuff. But I could see on a grander scale, you're saying this is it's project managing.
Logistics is also politics.
Right.
So I mean,
Yeah.
your wars are fought over logistics.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Correct.
it's like they have raw materials. We want them.
Because you said
Must go get 'em.
Schwarzkopf was a logistics genius, and that's what caught my attention.
Yep, he
And
was.
so, yeah. Thank you for
That's why
explaining that. It's been a
we
vague
built-
word to me. I know it means delivery, like because the UPS store and people use it in their advertisement, and you get that part of it. But yeah. Thank
Well,
you for
here's a
explaining
perfect example.
that.
Afghanistan was also a key logistic spot. It would allow us to bring in equipment, right? So if something were to happen off in China or anything else,
Sure, yeah.
no way to get our equipment to someplace without them kind of knowing, hey, here we come.
Isn't that why Russia liked them as well before too?
Correct.
It's a strategic location in the Middle East.
Right, for staging and moving of equipment. The
Right. That's why, because Russia only has one warm weather port. So, it's all logistics. They got, so they can move materials.
Right.
But yeah,
Man-made materials, yeah.
Do you think we're friends with Russia right now?
um,
They're never our friend, really. They'll say they're our friend, won't they? But they're really
Friend is a relative term.
I tell you what,
Yeah.
Putin is a God-fearing man.
Is he?
Yes.
At least that's the optics they want to portray. He was
Well-
KGB, dude. He was KGB.
Yeah.
I know.
But my husband always says he still walks with that arm like that. Glenn Beck pointed that out once. How he still walks like they walked then. Those KGB used to have to, they're like hiding their weapon or something. I can't remember what his point was. But he's an egomaniac like Mr. T. Let's face it. They're both pretty into their self. Have you not seen him showing off his, his.
It's all optics. They're just face people. But I mean, he's not stupid. But
No,
then
he
again,
is not
neither's
Oh
Mr.
gosh,
T.
no.
Neither's
And they
Mr.
love their
T.
country. They have pride of their
Right?
country.
Yes.
Russian people are amazing people. We've been watching that Bald and. You ever see that Bald and Beautiful guy? Anybody? My husband watched. He's a YouTuber, and he goes to the back areas. Hey, what's up there? It's a handsome face. How are you? I like to see faces because in my county, it's all stupid face diapers. So
oh,
I like to see beautiful faces. Thank you for showing up.
I joked around because at one time, if you walked in into a bank with a mask, they thought you were robbing the place.
Oh, right? I know.
Yeah.
My buddy's gun store says, "Do not wear a mask in here."
Awesome.
Oh, hell no.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think it's difficult there are terms that we use in the military. One is strategic competitor, and that's like just below. You're basically an enemy if you're a strategic competitor, right? And Russia is definitely a strategic competitor. So is China and things like that. But everybody is handed with each other because when you're a nuclear power, you have responsibilities not to.
They're what with each other? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Candid. They're kind of candid with each other, meaning they're
Okay.
will interact with each other. And I don't think them, they're friends per se, but I think I have a different determination of friend. You know what I mean, compared to acquaintance, right? And
Sure.
I
A little
just
strong for politics, right?
Right.
Friend. Yeah.
They're not sending their people to Vietnam, and we're not sending our people to Afghanistan.
right.
That
I
we're
just mean it like
neutral right now.
Friend or foe, it's
Right.
pretty-
It all depends on your point of view.
I guess so.
Right.
And it's a fine game we play. I mean,
Sure. We dance, right?
we
Yeah.
dance. We
No, but-
dance.
Yeah, and it's just a lot of I do see a lot of political moves going towards conflict in regards with the nation on the other side of the Pacific. I don't know if I can say that word anymore. But it's definitely heating up. I definitely see a lot of pressure being put on them.
Well, I'm thinking time is on their side, and the more time we give them, it's just like hard to explain, but the more time you give them, the bigger they're going to get. They're building their Navy at an astronomical rate.
Usher Ray? Usher Ray?
Shane, did
No.
you fall asleep?
No,
No, man.
Ina Che?
Your president's friend.
Ina Che, right?
Yeah, Ina
Yeah,
Che.
yeah.
Made
Okay.
in Ina Che. Yeah.
Potato Head?
Yeah.
Or no,
Yeah,
no.
mashed
He's
potatoes
me.
friends.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But it's just one of those. We're giving them time,
Yeah.
but what are we going to do? I mean, are we going to be the first ones to launch? You
Yeah,
know?
I don't know if we reach that point, we're all in trouble.
Oh, we are.
Could you imagine it?
No.
Yeah, no.
They've just treated us, our governments have treated us like shit for the last 18 months, and then all of a sudden they want us to go.
How long?
They'll do it. They'll fucking do it too. They
For
will.
Oh,
how long?
They're gonna
Imagine
do it.
that.
They're gonna
Could
do
you
it on
imagine
live.
it?
They're gonna do
They've
it on
already
live.
been they've been mentioning it in the media a little bit. I put my money on that's what they're trying to aim for, a conflict.
What do they put in
Well,
your
didn't
They'll blow us up.
didn't Britain just sail a
They'll blow us up.
warship over by Taiwan?
Yeah, I'm
Our
pretty sure that
government-
they've been doing this for the last year.
Yeah.
Our government's been lying to us longer than 18 months.
Oh no, he meant like treating us like crap. I mean,
Yeah.
locking them up for 18 months.
Ah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I've been grounded for a long time growing up, never 18 months.
I think I was grounded that long. I'm pretty sure I was because I had to babysit my sister. So mom was like, "Yeah, you're just staying home forever."
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
you don't have to wear a mask.
No, I didn't have to do that, and I won't do that. I'm not doing that.
I just think it's difficult for me to get into, but I want to kind of do a show on this. Right now, we are definitely at edge with them. We're definitely going head to head in regards to the Belt Road Initiative. I even found where this Build Back Better world is the same exact thing.
Hi,
So-
Silver.
If
Yeah,
someone-
I've seen that.
Yeah,
I've
if
seen your
someone
post.
build something since 2013, and now you're destroying every aspect of it. We're destroying their money. We're destroying their ability to go to other countries. I found something that we're trying to tell their people to leave the CCP. Like you can do that. We're
Right.
forming our own Antifa, and we're sending it to China. That's not going to go well.
Well,
So-
what about all the Evergrande or Everguard and all that stuff? Aren't they going bankrupt? Isn't their system toppling?
Yeah, so you have Evergrande going, which is and again, well, not in my opinion, but it is in China. There's nothing really to invest money in, right? So the people invest money into property, just like it's kind of a little bit behind. Like at one point, we would always invest money in property, right? So you invest money in property, so you save $100,000 or $150,000, whatever your cost for your condo thing, and you invest that. Well, Evergrande just kept using those investments to buy more land and build more property as the other ones were being built. And what happened was they started to overextend themselves. So now you give 100,000, or let's just use 100,000, make my life simple. And now the condo that you were supposed to get isn't going to be built, and you're not going to get your money back. That's going to cause a problem over there because that's,
Right.
deal. And that's going to cause unrest. Well, in my opinion, the COVID-19 was started by us to stop all this from expanding, stop China from growing, going into other countries, shutting them down. So now you have other countries who are now looking to invest into them, and they're no longer looking to invest into them. So they're pulling their money out of the country. Even South Korea just pulled, not Samsung. Is it Samsung? Who's there? I think it might be Samsung. Yeah, that's their phone. They pulled their Samsung plan out of there. So countries are now just trying to take business out and money out and get away from them, which hurts their economy, which hurts their companies. They also had another company go bankrupt, which was more of like a hotel company. And they also did like tours and stuff like that. That's another one that's going bankrupt.
Sage, are you watching the market in China and the production in China? Have you seen today? My husband's been doing day trading. He's on his third month he follows this guy that's a $6 billion. He sold his company for $6 billion. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's watching all this stuff. And today, the China's production factories, he showed me, it looked like they were down anywhere from 15 to 18%.
Right. So I think what's going on too is, and this is what me and Rach talked about, is I think we're at war, right? I think we're already at war, right? We're at logistical war. We're at trade war. These are terms they use. So remember, China is the Amazon of the world, right? If they have blackouts or power outs and start shutting plants down, then now they can say, hey, we're not going to give you any goods because we're not making any goods. But if they come straight out before this and say, hey, we're just not going to give you any goods, well, then that's kind of declarations, right? But if they uses of the vid, you can kind of do a whole bunch of stuff without a declaration because you already have this emergency, so you don't need to declare another emergency. And I think the emergency of the vid is technically a declaration emergency, but they're just not telling us that. Because let's face it, and let me ask you as an ex-police officer, how long has it been? It hasn't been that long, right?
No, a couple years.
Everything that's going on, if basically the world came out and said, hey, the two superpowers are possibly at war with each other, right? China and the United States, right? The whole world's going to go into panic mode. And you already know as it is, there's going to be chaos in the streets like there's no tomorrow.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
As an Coast Guard is a little different, but as a law enforcement officer, one of the things I would think right now would be the government's screwed. I need to go home and protect my own family before I protect.
Right.
Was that kind of the mindset you would probably have? Protect your own family before you protect the streets?
Basically, because that was one of the reasons I was in law enforcement, because I knew that if it ever got really, really bad, I would still be the first ones to get resources.
Right.
Because they're going to keep law enforcement running. So it's like, okay, my family and I are going to, and that's greedy. I know.
But, it's true.
But
Men are protectors.
I'm looking at it too from a logistics point of view,
That's
where
not greedy.
I'm getting these
Sweetheart,
supplies, I'm thinking black market.
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Love a protector.
under the table
I have
and
a
surviving, because I know the
Damn
system is going to be stacked against me. So I need to I need to build my logistics and have a warehouse so I can wheel and deal when they shut me down.
Right.
Count me
So
in.
that
Okay,
was
I want to
kind
be
of-
on that
That was
logistics
kind of
chain.
my thinking. But yes, it's
Yeah.
one of, it's like we have a nuclear plant in my county, and every Wednesday at 10 a.m. they do a test of the alert system to say, hey, this is a test. And it was going off today, and I looked at my daughter. I said, if you ever hear that noise, you're screwed.
Right.
Because by the time you hear that, it is way too late.
Right.
I said, so as law enforcement, if I ever heard that, it'd be calling my family, turning the party lights on, throwing them in the patrol car, and going, which way is the wind blowing? Okay, I'm going the other way.
Right.
That's law enforcement. I mean, come on now. I mean, now I say that there are some that they would stand up for a while, but when your bosses turn their backs on you and they throw you under the bus, then why fight for them?
Right. And the problem is that and here's the problem, and it's nothing wrong with what you're saying. That's because I thought the same thing. And what I came down, what I thought process is, when we know who the enemy is, we can go on offense, right? Yeah. But when you don't, you have to go on defense. So it's that law enforcement, and I believe that people, and it's not saying that when military can take the fight to someone else, they know who the enemy is. You
And
drop
we win. And we win.
and they absolutely. But
Yeah.
if the fight's in our country with people we don't know who that enemy is going to be, you have no defense. You have no defense but defense, because
Right.
you have to pull back to protect what you know is safe.
Exactly. I
Well,
mean,
how about if the enemy is your family? That's what
how'd
we're
they
looking
work out in Vietnam? How'd they work out in Afghanistan? There was no front lines. It was everywhere around you, every minute of the day.
Right.
It grinds you. It grinds you to dust.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
what it does. It breaks you down. You can throw as much money at it as you want, but eventually it just turns to dust.
Right.
It just gets
The
ground down and ground down and ground down, and you lose men, you lose material. You can keep throwing them there, but after a while, it's just everybody's tired and done.
That's where we're at, isn't it?
You know
Feels
what?
like that's
You know
where
what?
we're at.
You know what whooped our ass in Vietnam was the tunnel systems in the damn hills and shit.
It was politics.
Yeah. It was
Well,
a lot.
I know that too, because it started out with the French
Yeah.
originally, and then we got brought into it.
Well, and it was also knowing who we had a hard time knowing who exactly.
We got brought into
Sorry.
Right.
Right.
They were all around you. There was no front lines.
Right.
I mean, it was a guerrilla war, and that was really our it wasn't our first taste of it, because we did guerrilla tactics in the Civil War. We did guerrilla tactics during the Revolutionary War. But I mean, shoot, people don't realize, the British used germ warfare way back in the French Indian Wars.
Correct.
So they killed most of the Native Americans in Michigan using chemical weapons, or not chemical weapons, but biological weapons.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
smallpox killed them dead on purpose.
And
So,
and that was
they've been doing this stuff since man's been around.
right.
That's right.
Right.
And
But
you're in the military.
we, you could see from the training we had up until Desert Storm, we trained to fight in the jungles. I mean, because I was in the 82nd, so our area of operation was South and Central America. When we got to the desert, wow, we got caught with our pants down.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just like, holy crap,
Oh.
that's 10 miles away. I mean, you're looking across the desert going, holy crap. So, my rifle won't shoot that far. My gun my missiles don't fire that far.
Right.
And, so we had to retool everything. And then, we did the desert fight, and then it moved into the cities. And then we went, then we had to train people. Now they're changing doctrine on things like basic rifle marksmanship. It's no longer static targets at known ranges. You actually shoot, move, and communicate now on the range.
Right. And
So,
what we're talking about
yeah,
is when you fight in a jungle, everything's closer because there's trees in the way. When you're in the desert, it's so open. It's like you don't have to be as close to you where you might see who they are. You know what I mean?
Yep, Saudi Arabia, where there's a woman behind every tree.
Right. Right. and
How many generations has it been where we haven't had women in battle? Like, you seem pretty young, Sage, but you served in the Coast Guard. Is that right?
I serve in the Coast Guard. I'm actually probably older than I look. How old do you think I am?
I think you're in your 30s, early 30s.
I'm actually 45.
I was going to say 43.
Stoked.
That's just because you're you have a very mature mind. So
Well, yeah, for sure. You're very intelligent. But so what do you think? What I just asked you, I forgot. What I just asked him, Tonto, I forgot.
I was in the Coast Guard.
Good question, too. Dang it. No.
You're married, Deanna. Come on. Settle down.
Just interview yourself, Sage.
Yeah. And what's Jeff B going to say? You're cheating.
About
on
what? Are you teasing me? I'm married
Yes,
too. Married
Matt, golly.
very happily. I'm
Allegedly.
not flirting with him. He's my brother. He's my brother.
Just
No, I don't flirt like that. I'm just teasing, but I'm not I wouldn't tease if my husband. Anyway, if my husband couldn't hear me, I would tease no differently. You know, he knows. We don't. We
I
only flirt
tease
so
even
much.
more when my wife hears me.
Yeah, you know, we love our spouses, don't we all? We all love our spouses. Shane, we love you too.
I love my
Monty,
spouse.
Monty, I love you too.
I love you
Silver
too.
Girl's here, you guys. Silver Girl, and they're talking about Maria Baramoto. Is it Bertiroma said this morning CCP's bailing out Evergrande. Don't know how reliable it is, but I wanted to ask you guys a question. I can't remember what it was. What you were talking about, Sage? What were you talking about? So many things.
The Coast Guard.
Yeah, the last thing. Then we talked about fighting in the forest compared to the
Yeah,
desert.
the men. How many generations do you think we haven't had in combat, in battle, in war? 2 now? Generations,
What?
10 years?
No,
No.
94% of the time we're in battle. We're in war.
Just a few years Trump was in office, we weren't in war anywhere.
Well, he didn't start any wars. He's just
We
already
didn't
in them.
start any wars. We were in Afghanistan the whole time he was there.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And war's also gone from massive amounts of people to specialized individual groups
Right.
battling.
Now we use the
He just bounced out. I wonder.
Oh no.
I wonder if he accidentally hit a button. So,
Over the
Sage,
target.
Coast Guard, where did you serve at?
Massachusetts, Gloucester.
Wow.
I was at a small boat station. Me and my wife lived in the Eastern Point Lighthouse for about a year.
How fun, really?
Oh
Did
wow.
you like it?
And yeah, I actually did. It's where I wasn't there when the perfect storm happened, but it was where the perfect storm was filmed out of and where that boat came out of, if anybody saw the movie, but I wasn't there then.
Oh, sure.
The
That
Perfect
was an
Storm.
epic movie. That was an epic movie.
But yeah,
I
that-
saw it
heard
in
of
the
it.
theater. I mean, George Clooney on the big screen and the ocean. Oh, count me in. I'm going. I'm going to watch it. Nowadays, I could give a crap about any of those Hollywood actors. The most beautiful people are right here on the YouTube, right? Those people are garbage to me. I could care less about George Clooney now. That was then. You know what I mean? That movie, though, and that story was. It's not Battery Point, right? That's Michigan, isn't it? Battery Point's in Michigan. Or where's Battery Point? Where'd you say Maryland? What? Where's that storm at?
Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Gloucester or Gloucester? Is it a G or C?
G.
G, Gloucester.
Oh, knock, knock. Let him in, Monty.
Oh, Massachusetts.
Oh, I got him.
Massachusetts. That's
Yay!
Okay.
Hey, Matt.
Huh. Now my camera's not working? What the heck?
oh
Can,
no.
can you hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay.
Your camera doesn't want to work now? Maybe one generation, Silver said. Oh, Silver Girl asked a question. What do you know about losing World War II? Heard we got to say we won if we moved the Nazis here all the way up to Hitler's aides and military. They wanted in to us even then. Well,
Yeah, I
got
said
the
that.
scientist, right? We got the
I said
scientist.
that a couple days ago. We didn't.
Did you?
We didn't win World War II. We brought the Nazis here.
Yep.
No doubt.
Now look at us.
Mind control.
Operation
Paperclip.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, we got a stream about that, you guys. I think Mike should do a show about that because, I mean, really, that's one of the reasons why my town is dying. The media here, we have no good media here. The propaganda is what my people perish for lack of knowledge. Amen. That is what's happening. So that's why I reached out to Mike months ago and he came to Humboldt County and helped us because I knew and he knew that we have no voice. We have no voice. And so Silver Girl has good questions. She said her generation, nephews in her 30s, generation without a war to sign up and serve. 9/11, a lot joined. Her nephew applied to Marines but failed physically due. Sage ought to check out Joseph Lincoln books. The guy wrote about the formation of the Coast Guard. I got to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
So you said you met your wife while in the. Coast Guard?
I did.
Okay. Yeah, I said before that my wife's grandfather actually, my father-in-law was actually born while he was stationed out in Maine with the Coast Guard.
Hmm.
Back during World War II, he was a lighthouse tender in Maine for the Coast Guard. He had great stories talking about all the lobster fishermen would come up and he'd trade them like gray paint for lobsters and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause that's where I'm at now. I mean, I live in Maine now. It's the Twilight Zone now, but I can see that. You know, at one time, I thought Stephen King was a great. You know, I'm like, wow, he that's great stories.
Yeah.
Guys, all you gotta do is sit in a park bench in Maine, and those stories will come to you. Those people, and I'm actually second thinking his because it's the Twilight Zone here. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, you also have a group of families, the Benoits, great deer hunters.
Mm.
Yeah, they're pretty famous in the deer hunting world. So they wrote a nice book called Big Bucks the Benoit Way. And they can get they've shot some monster deer out of Maine, that's for sure.
Yeah, we have a ton of that come on our property every day. No.
Nice.
But I'm, that's where I'm at. So
Yeah.
I have not seen a moose yet.
Really?
Yeah, 6 years I've been here. I've not seen. Well, I mean, obviously on the property or up close, like I said. So
Yeah.
raccoons, skunks, porcupines.
We call those trash pandas.
Yeah, them things.
Yep.
So whereabouts are you, Sage? Maine, Portland, Maine.
North, way north, like almost Canada.
Wow. That's cool.
How many
Yeah.
Portlands are there?
Well, there's lots actually. More
How
than I
many
thought.
ports?
And that's the other thing I love in shipping. When a shipper will come, hey, yeah, I need to ship this to Portland. Oh God, Portland where? It's like, I gotta ship this to Johnstown. Oh Lord, do you have a zip code? They think,
Yeah, no doubt. Or Jamestown. How many
It's
Jamestowns
a
is there?
coastal sort of a town.
yeah, it is. Mine, I'm about 2 miles from the ocean, basically.
Nice.
The
a
other
beautiful
Portland is
town.
too.
Yeah, and the other Portland is too.
So if the island cracks over, you're gonna get flooded out.
Yeah, I'm screwed.
Oh man,
Yeah, I'm taking on water. I got a canoe.
you got a canoe.
As long as I can get my webcam and my, the line and my stuff in the canoe, and
There
I'll
you
have-
go. You can do a live broadcast.
Yeah, live stream your escape.
yeah, much.
That's better than having a volleyball named Wilson.
That's true. If
Yeah.
That was so dumb. That was the dumbest part of that movie.
Actually, there's calms in that movie. You just got to watch it real close now.
There's what?
There's calms in that movie. You just got to watch it real close now.
What
Calm.
Calm.
What's that?
Hmm.
The telltale things of Mr. Hanks.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yep. Say no more. Say no more. Not as good as Wink to a Blind Bat.
Well, please help a girl out. You mean his sexual nature? Is that what you mean?
His proclivity, yes.
Possibly. Allegedly.
Talk such big words around this country, boy. Why don't you? Yeah.
I love that one. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
So do I.
That's a famous one.
Yep.
Who says it? Pee Wee
That-
Herman?
That's actually from I think it was supposed to be Michael
Jack
Jackson
Garland? Oh,
on oh my God, South Park.
South Park. Yep.
Michael Jackson on South Park.
I like how you said Samsung a while ago when you was actually meaning the H company, the cellular company.
No, actually Samsung pulled out of China.
Oh, I
There.
thought you was talking about
Did they?
Oh no.
Where they
the
make
5G
them
big
now?
company.
But they had a plant there that they actually shut the plant down.
Huh.
That's another thing that other companies are actually doing. That I think Samsung's Korean. I know it's an S and it's a phone. So whoever does phones besides iPhone, That Samsung?
Yeah, Samsung.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure. But yeah, they actually pulled out.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh,
Sage Silver Girl said you ought to check out Joseph Lincoln's books.
Yeah, I actually pulled them up.
Oh, right on. And
You know,
Brenda go ahead, not. Go
I've been
ahead.
seeing 5G things here and there on the big companies, and now just a week, this last week, I had a text come over on my phone, and I'm Straight Talk, and it says, "Welcome to 5G." You know, da 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 da. Get more service, more signal, and I'm like, no.
well, did I read correct? And China's trying to develop a 6G.
Yeah, everything's technology based. So we actually wanted to develop 6G. I think that's where we're going to try to overtake them in technology, or try, because that's our only chance. So now China's going to advance theirs also.
Nice.
Gross.
I mean, that's kind of that's the problem we have is that technology is the new industrial revolution, and
Yep.
we're behind in regards to implement it. We have tons of, that's the other thing that we gave up, and everybody's like, we have to, as a country, we have to be worth something to the other countries, right? And I talk about this. It's like, if I were to buy a T-shirt, there's no way we could afford the T-shirts if they were made 100% here in this country. By the time we had the $27,000 an hour or whatever we're shooting for now, just because of the volume China does. Like, China puts out so much volume to every other country, they can make 10 cents a shirt and profit because they're selling shirts to everybody in the world. So because we can't do that, and we don't want to raise the price of every T-shirt to $100 a T-shirt, then we have to be able to offer that country something. They can offer cheaper labor. We need to be able to offer something. And because of our outstanding leadership in political realm,
Love you, Brenda.
we've
Good night,
given
Brenda.
everything up.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Night,
So,
Brenda.
see you, Brandon. So we've given everything up. So even our intellectual property, which is something that we should have controlled, because that was where we were superior at, we basically just said, "Oh yeah, let me show you how to build that. Come on in." And, and we just given all that stuff up.
Well, we had
Didn't we give them rockets? Didn't we give them rocket technology?
We had sellout.
Right? So allegedly,
Allegedly.
they're even.
Uh,
Cut off. It didn't play the whole way.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
All right. Can't have that happen. No.
Here's the thing I was told, though, about that new fighter jet, the plans for it. That someone in the United States sold the top secret plans to China, and now they're mass producing it.
Well,
it's the same, like the F-35 and F-22.
The worst part, and this is one of the things, is that Nixon actually signed. I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to look it up. Basically, paperwork allowing China to come in and learn all of our intellectual property, and it was redone every year.
Seriously?
Okay, yes, and Rex Tillerson actually re-signed it.
Really?
And Mr. T was pissed, and I think that's one of the reasons that him and Rex were like, "You're out of here," because he actually re-upped it during his term as secretary.
His role? Okay, Secretary of State or what?
Yeah, as Secretary of State, and the next thing you know, Rex is out and they're fighting. And I believe just as that happened was one of the reasons that Mr. T said, "No, you got to go, brother. We can't be giving him this stuff." And
he sure had a lot of problems in the beginning, didn't he? With a lot of people like that.
Right,
And
his entire
that explains.
You're right. Yep.
That explains the three major Chinese defectors in the high military that defected over here recently. And they gave up all the spies and stuff. That explains how there were so many that infiltrated into the United States.
right
There.
We actually, and I'll pull that up and do a video on that. We actually gave them, permission, basically signing, saying, "Yeah, come on over with your visas, come learn our college, come work in our top secret operational type crap. Yeah, you can see it, no problem here." Because we're gullible.
We'll give you a scholarship while we're at it.
Yeah,
Make it real easy for you.
Basically gave them golden tickets like to the chocolate factory.
Damn
absolutely.
right. Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, unfortunately, they're eating all the chocolate and they're kicking us the hell out. But
Right.
you know, it's and selling that chocolate to everybody else,
Right.
and it's one of those things that's what we maintain, because besides that, what do we have to offer? Our money's going to crap. Our military isn't able to, you know, dominate like we used to, because now they hit us with cyber attacks. And it's like, at what point, what do we have something to offer other, you know, other countries? And right now, in my opinion, the only thing we have to offer is pharmaceutical dominancy. And that's why
Hookers and cocaine.
that we even bring in and process it and give back.
Don't
But
forget
here's the
cannabis.
thing.
Canada,
But here's
That's a big
here's the-
one.
here's the thing. We get a lot of pharmaceuticals from China.
Right.
most
we
of them.
get the materials to put them together.
I
So we
was
get-
thinking
Oh.
of natural medicine when you said that, Sage. Actually, I was thinking, because I live in Humboldt County, you know, it's a big marijuana area, but it's not just marijuana here. It's everything natural. People are into and have great success with homeopathic, all natural, different kinds of medicine here.
right.
And I feel like we can really lead the way to help a lot of people that don't know just basic things. And so is even Neck of the Woods and other channels that have a lot of this information. People are hungry for it. They're really
Right.
hungry for it. So it could be something, but you know what? There's a lot of new wellness centers popping up with the big green meme on Facebook. It has the same exact saying. It talks about how something along the lines of, you know, how we can't contain this vid, and right, and it's about wellness and stuff. And so it seems to me like there's at least one already that's a type of protege wellness center. It's in several states. I've seen at least 6 different ones now. So that's great if we actually have wellness centers opening up, because our hospitals are a death prison right now. Nobody wants to go to a hospital right now, right?
Right.
So we need, our community's been talking about this for a year. They're like, my God, Deanna, we have to get our own community together because all the blood is tainted here in California. If one of us needs blood, we don't even want to have to go to the hospital. Like, you can vouch your blood for someone still. So we really, as a nation, your community, wherever you're at, find a doctor. I mean, you don't want to have to go to a hospital. I know a neighborhood doctor has gave me my horse. And if I'm bleeding out, he's on the way to the hospital. He'll save me a few miles. I'm stopping by his house. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
not going to the damn hospital. So it's really scary right now. You know, when they said it was going to get really bad in the fall, this is it, right? We're in it, aren't we? We're in it now, aren't we?
It's coming. I think a lot of stuff, and this is what I wanted to, you know, get with Shane is, but Shane I'm going to have to basically shake him because I can't give him his email address to me. He's Shane. Did you hear that? Hear me, Shane?
yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, but yeah. So I think a lot of
Yeah.
yeah, what we're being trained for is, I think a lot more is coming down. Like, and I think that if China were to say, hey, we're now at, you know, at war with the United States, and we're looking at how we're going to handle this, that's all it would take for everybody to kind of go into a panic. And the only way for them to contain mass chaos would be to keep us in houses.
Why would we go into panic? I missed that. If what with China?
If we were to say, if China were to come out and say, hey, we are no longer, you know, we're at odds, or we're at war with
War.
the U.S., they don't even have to drop a bomb. They just have to state that. And if that came across all of our phones, we all know how 2 superpowers fighting. We know how everybody would, you know, how China gives us everything. People would rush out madly. It would be chaos. And that's one of the things that, you know, and
Rhetoric
toilet paper anywhere.
right. I mean, you know, people would be, hey, that roll of toilet paper. And I think there's a lot
wipe your ass, boy. No, it's
Yeah.
just
I think a lot of the problems is you'd have that chaos. And I think this is where you talk about the 2A, right? The gun thing. I don't see the gun. And I was, as I asked, you know, Tonto about this, is as I don't see the government afraid of the guns, right? I don't see them. Everybody's like, oh, they're afraid of the fact that we have guns. No, I think they're afraid of the fact that if it went to chaos, the people with the guns would be killing all the people that didn't have the guns. Because the people that didn't have the guns would be trying to break into my house and get my stuff.
Right. Well, that's part of it, but they do not like us having them.
Right. But if they're, and it's like everybody says, well, we can storm Washington, we can take and have these all people arrested. Dude, if they even saw that was a possibility, Biden's going to be in the air.
Oh, absolutely. And why would you want to anyway? Why would you want to storm that place? All you have to do is cut off the trucks. It'll start itself out.
And and this is where if everybody's like, we're gonna rush. If Biden gets in the, because I look at this as, okay, how would I handle this? All right, they're coming for me. I'm gonna jump in a plane. You guys don't have jets, to the best of my knowledge. I'm gonna be in a plane, and I'm just gonna be calling power companies saying turn their power off.
Yeah. Yep. How do you let you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Let me know when you guys are done.
Yep.
And
Or
can survive, but not enough of us can.
Or they would set off just a simple little nuke up in the air and to cause an EMP and knock out the whole electrical grid.
That's a different country. I'm talking about if I'm the president of this country and we were going to decide to go, the country was going to try to do an uprising. I don't even have to do that. You're not going to outrun. There's a thing in law enforcement. You're not going to outrun my radio. Right? You're just not going to run my rate. Run, dude. You're not going to, like in the boats. I'm like, this guy's really running from us? Hang on. You're not going to heal him. You know what I mean? It's like you can't outrun the radio. You're not going to outrun his phone. If he had to call the power companies and say, I need you to shut the power company's power off, we're all in trouble.
But Sage, you know what I worry about? I bet you've seen those videos. Did you ever see that video of the fires in Paradise in Northern California where they took out 95% of my local neighborhood here in Northern California? It came out a couple months ago, surveillance from a local store. And you know what flew right over it right before those fires started?
A jet.
I do not.
It was a missile, wasn't it?
DEW. Maybe drone.
Yeah, I heard that.
Fast ass moving something, right? And I shared it on one of my streams, and I don't think they took it down, but I haven't found that link again, and I'm gonna look for it, but I don't even care. I just know they already have them, and I don't think they're worried about our weapons because they have those.
Right, and that's where, like I said, so to me, they don't want us to have them, but I believe they don't. It's not always. It's about the chaos that, because remember also, we're a nuclear country. Okay, we have responsibilities as a nuclear country. We're not like a backwoods country that can have a coup and everything can happen. If a nuclear country has a mass uprising and a mass coup, all of the other countries are going to be at our doorsteps, because they're going to be like, we don't know what's going to happen. These guys going to set off a nuke? You know what I mean? So
how we get when Pakistan and India go at it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like North Korea. Yeah. If we were to hear that North Korea was having a coup and there are people who are uprising and there was massive stuff going on in the streets, the entire world would be circling North Korea. We would be, because they have even 30 nukes. So as a nuclear country, it's not just about that mass chaos and things that happen. If it gets to a point that it's completely out of control, you're going to see UN soldiers, because they can't allow a nuclear country to get out of control.
That's why they are going to bring the chaos here. Whether we find those football things or not, they're going to hurt they're going to hurt us anyway.
Right.
We all know it. That's why we're all on edge. We're just waiting for them to F with us really big time.
And that's what my biggest fear is. And I know everybody's like, oh, we gotta storm this, we gotta do this. We gotta be careful what we ask for, because we are not just, like I said, we're not,
that's what they want, right? That's what they want.
The coups happen a lot of times in non-nuclear stuff, and they just, okay, well, let's see where this goes.
Right.
Yep. It happens in a nuclear country.
Right.
The world
changes everything. You're right.
And that's a responsibility we have. That's stepping up to have that. You have to be the adult. If you start acting like the kids, parents are gonna, the parents are gonna come in and start smacking kids around. And that's what I'm more afraid of, is the fact that don't give them permission to put people who don't give a shit about. Right now, Americans can care about other Americans. You seriously think another country is going to come in here and not, I don't give a shit about you. Now
Right.
you know what an enemy is. And it's very easy for them to say, do what they're going to do to us because they're not Americans. And that's my fear.
Yeah.
You have that Stockholm syndrome, even though we're all Americans, you have that. But somebody from other countries, the UN soldiers or whoever that might be, they're not going to care about us. They're going to come.
Right.
You caused this to happen. I'm here to fix it. And then they get that dominance mentality that without
And plan, they already have the plan in motion. Like
Correct.
they're waiting. They can't believe we haven't gone to the streets yet and killed each other by now. With all the bullshit they've hurled at us for the last 10 fucking months now.
right.
Every day I wake up and I'm like, really? More of
That
this?
plan-
Even more of this? Like, no,
That
none of it's
plan was
going
made up 50 years ago.
Right.
None of it's going away. More's piling on every day. How many have taken the turn from waking up and thinking, oh, something good is going to happen today, to going, what kind of fresh hell are we going to step into today? I
Right.
mean, it sucks. I thought it was going to turn around by now. And I don't
Everyone
know.
hoped it would have, but yeah, we're on our own.
The worst is not even here yet.
No,
Right.
no, it's not.
So do you guys really
When-
think that
When
T
when they
did
say
all
nu-
of this
when they
and
s-
set up and he's going to go out like this?
when they say nuclear winter, it could be the darkest, coldest, roughest winter that any of us have experienced.
It could be a cold winter with no fuel. I mean,
Yep.
I mean, look at Great Britain. They are hurting you. Their energy costs are over 500% higher right now.
How much do you pay for
500.
gas? How much you pay for gas for a gallon of gas?
I paid $2.19 or $3.19.
Get this. Get this. Shane,
Yeah,
how much for a pack of smokes down there? Let them know.
$50.
Wait a minute.
Wow.
$50
Now-
for a pack or a carton?
$50
pack.
for one packet
Wow.
of
Now-
25s. Of 25s.
Tell them how much a liter. Tell them how much a liter.
A liter is $1.50. A liter.
A liter of
So
what?
a liter of
3
petrol.
liters per gallon.
Oh,
So
Yes.
$1.50 converted to US.
So about
I think we
$5.
figured up at 6. It was 6 something. I thought the other night. Not sure. I can't remember.
Well, we're heading there.
Yeah, it's about $6.
how can they charge you $50 for a pack of freaking smokes? Who the frick are they? The Gestapo? How long have you been
Here-
paying that much for cigarettes in Australia? Is that from?
Here's one way I think they can do that is because they don't have. I don't know if they have any tobacco production companies down there or not. So if they import them, then they have a bigger amount of
Import tax.
import tax and everything else on top.
Everybody
So-
deserves their cigarettes, okay? I don't even smoke cigarettes, but that pisses me off.
I'm
Because-
smoking
When I
one right
first
now.
started smoking, they were $4. Now they've gone up to $50.
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
smoke green. I don't smoke brown. But I'm in Humboldt
Well,
County. I could grow my own smoke, and it
I
makes
smoke-
me happy. So,
I smoke green, so I don't smoke cigarettes.
You smoke green, and you don't smoke
Yeah,
cigarettes.
just so I don't smoke cigarettes.
What about trying grape leaves?
Grape?
Yeah, well, that's what they do in Saudi Arabia. They smoke grape
Yeah.
leaves because tobacco's illegal.
They smoke better than that in Saudi Arabia.
Well, they do, but
Allegedly.
I saw how they made in Turkey how they go and they make even just a little square of hashish, and it's a long process.
Sure.
I was like, holy cow!
You know, they've brought those seeds from Afghanistan to Humboldt County because this is the same climate region and temperatures and everything. And that's
Yeah.
why this is the number one place in America to grow cannabis.
Yeah.
Because and if you get that Afghanistan seed on top of it, which I have grown and seen for myself, it's pretty amazeballs. I mean, that's a weed. It's a weed. The old farmers around here used to tell me they would take seeds in the old days. They'd go right out on their little dinghy boats on the river. And because I was talking to him about growing pot, what do I need to do? He goes, it's a weed, darling. We used to take it back in the day and just chuck our seeds. And he said, and then we'd come back in the fall. And he goes, yeah, a lot of them turned to male because no one was guarding them, against
Right. Yeah, they get fertilized, right?
yeah, and he goes, but so what? And I've driven through Wisconsin and I've seen along the highways of Wisconsin just 2 years ago all kind of marijuana growing on the side of the road over there like a weed because it's a weed. But
Why they call it ditchweed?
they grow it out here under lights and give it all this stuff and they make it like you've got the most, they make these flowers as potent and big as they can.
Yep.
A lot
They
of
have a
people can't handle
competition.
it. It's dangerous. It's like doing LSD for some people, and a lot of people should never even do it. I would never give anybody anything laced with any THC or anything like that. People have that experience all the time here. They think they're going to die, go to the hospital. It's horrible. It's a sorcery. To me, that's true sorcery. Not just the drug itself. There's certain drugs, they're evil in theirself. Meth is an evil drug. I feel heroin. But
That's
it's weird.
Very evil drug.
The cocoa plant was something that interesting drugs that are all natural. And I believe they're for pain. They're for pain and they're for
We got a massive problem with crackheads around here.
Really?
They're walking around talking to themselves and waving their hands in the air, and it's a bloody joke.
They make that horrible drug and give it to the
There
poor
was
communities.
Yeah.
there was
Well,
a bad
these
one that was
kids-
coming.
It's
Their
the
There was a
brains
bad
are-
one coming
now.
through. There was a bad one from Russia coming through a few years ago called Crocodile.
Hi,
That
Cheshire.
stuff.
Right?
That stuff eats your skin from the inside out
Oh, what?
because of the chemicals seeping out. Yeah, it's bad.
See, well,
Gross.
yeah.
Drugs are gross. Camo, what's
One
your
thing
deal?
that's
What
turned
do you do for fun? No, not Camo. I mean, Sage.
Hi, Cheshire.
Sorry, what's that?
Camo's not here anymore. I was talking to Sage, but what do you do for fun in Massachusetts? What's your hobbies?
I do a YouTube show at 2:00 in the morning, and no. And-
Here's my
Yeah,
question:
it's, 4
Have you
o'clock
been
in
to
the morning.
bed yet, or have you woke? Did you
woke
go to bed early?
You're in
Huh?
Massachusetts. It's 4 o'clock in the morning over there.
I'm in Maine, so it's 4:00 here. Yeah.
Oh, Maine.
Yeah. And that's same in Michigan. It's 4 o'clock here.
Oh,
Oh
so
my
you've already
gosh,
went to bed and
guys.
woke up.
Yeah. Usually I go to sleep somewhere around, I don't know, 9, 10, and I get up around 4. I don't know. Sleep is, I guess.
Yeah,
You're a vampire,
I've
in
seen
other
you get.
words?
Yeah.
I've seen you jump on Travis's and stuff when we're still going.
Yeah, usually. So that's kind of my time. I get up 4-ish. This morning was like earlier. But no, we're homebodies. So me and my
Yeah.
wife, we just
She's
basically
home too?
home. Yeah,
Your wife's home too. Do you have kids?
we do not.
Oh, no.
We do not. And then of course I work
Guys-
from home. So
Did you work not at home before the vid?
I did. I've been working from home for about 16 years.
Nice.
So that being the freight broker and stuff, that's why I have all these computers and stuff.
Oh,
But-
you're a freight broker.
Yes, I am. I did do some day trading. So you said your husband was day trading. Is he day trading with over 25,000 or under?
He is with over 25. He went to Ameritrade. He started with Weeble.
Okay,
Then
to get on first thing in the morning and
5:30 a.m.
all right. So what I want him to do,
Yeah.
here's a trick. Here's a
Okay,
trick.
let me write it down. Am I going to remember it?
No, you're not gonna remember it.
Okay, let me write it down. Let me get a pen and paper.
This is a little trick.
Am I gonna remember it?
No, because whose channel am I even on? Whose channel am I on?
Mine.
Monty's.
Monty's.
Okay, so there's a little trick, and
You didn't even know what channel you were on.
I didn't know who's not. I clicked on because well, you want to know the truth is I saw you on here, Shane, because I was like, okay, I got to get on the thing with him because he won't shoot me.
You've been hunting me.
You've been on here before.
Yeah, but and then I didn't even know who it was. I just clicked in, right? I just clicked on it and then clicked in.
I know.
And I'm like, okay, so can you share screen or no? Can I share?
I've attempted that, but no, I cannot right now.
Okay, so what I did was I day traded a little bit, and okay, so I have a little problem with money, so it's very difficult for me to day trade. So I went from having like $7 in the bank and being behind on all of my bills to owning my own company. So I can never go back to. I have a terrifying fear of money. What the hell happened?
I can do that. That's about it.
I thought I got kicked.
So basically,
I have a difficult time to trading, right? Because I panic. But I can tell other people how to make money, just so you know. But I can't do it. So what I noticed with this, and I want him to check this, or if anybody day trades, when you go on
advice. We love advice.
All right.
Take all advice.
When you go on Ameritrade in the morning, you can't trade till 7, but you will notice stocks start to run up. Okay, whatever stocks that they're picking as the runners of the day.
Well, wait. You say 7, but he's up at 5:30 California time, so it's 6, 7, 8:30.
Oh, 8:30. Okay, so what he needs to do?
Yeah.
He needs to go back to what stock started running at 4 a.m.
Oh, sometimes he does that. Sometimes he gets up at that time. Starts at 4 on the East Coast, though?
Yeah, East Coast, because I'm East Coast. And then what he's going to see is whatever stock was supposed to be the runner, what I want him to do is when he sees one run to the high of the day, I want him to draw a line in the middle of that stock. I have a video I could show on this.
Oh, yeah.
But
okay.
So if he were to, and he's welcome to reach out and shoot me an email.
Okay.
But he needs to draw a line at the middle of the high of day. And so if it goes up again to a new high of day, draw another line at the middle of that bar.
Okay.
Keep doing that. Just keep doing that. Every time it runs up to new highs of days, putting a line in the middle.
Oh, he's already doing that. He's already, because he realized that's what he did. Some of his jam is these graphs and stuff. So he definitely has got his own little, he's doing something with those lines. He's watching it. That's what they do, right? But you're saying, okay, go ahead.
Pick the middle. If he picks the middle,
draw a line at the middle.
Notice is that those lines become support and resistance lines. And if it breaks one of those lines and holds it, it will go to the next line. And it will then hit that line and come back down again.
Yeah, he's told me that. He's finally getting it.
But tell him to pick whatever the high of the day is. As that stock starts to run up to a new high of a day, pick the middle and draw a line. And then if it runs
here's what I wrote. Tell me if I wrote this right. Okay, Starts at 4 a.m. That's Pacific time, right?
No, Eastern time. Because the stock market opens, technically, you can start trading at 4 a.m.
On the East Coast?
In New York.
Yeah.
He's gotten up at 1 a.m. and caught that, I guess is what he's done. So 4 a.m. on the East Coast. So run a line to the high of the day, draw a line of the middle of the day.
Every single time.
If there is another line in the middle, draw another line.
It's just every high of day,
every
draw a line in the middle.
Okay, run. Say it again. I'm sorry. Every high of
day, draw a line in the middle.
Okay, got it. Draw a line in the middle. Okay. And then what?
Now, when the stock starts to trade, it's going to drop. A lot of times it goes back down again by the morning. Yeah. If it starts to run up and starts crossing those lines become support and resistance. And you can actually trade within the gap. I wish. Let me
Okay,
see.
so what you're saying is when he gets on in the morning, he finds that sweet spot, that middle spot.
Yep.
Then later on, he's looking at it, and when he sees that middle line is there and it actually crosses that threshold,
Correct.
what then?
That's going to be supply. That's going to be your support and resistance, and he can actually trade that gap, which means he can buy in at the bottom, and then let me see if I have him on here. Hang on.
I'll have him have to talk to you. He will want to know. It'd be better if he heard it from you for sure.
Yes, he's welcome to talk to me, and I can tell him how to do it.
Is
And
your information out somewhere? Because I know you gave me your email before, but I don't know where it is right now.
yeah, it's on my any one of my videos. My text line is on there, and my email address is on there.
What's your channel? I think I subscribed to it. What's the name of it?
Lord,
Sage News.
Sage News.
Sage News. That's right.
I'm
Okay.
not a mod, so somebody would have to drop it in there. Do you have any mods? I don't know.
What? Are you kidding me? You're not? I thought I already.
No.
Maybe this is the first time you've been on here.
Mod?
You have never typed. You never typed anything in the.
Oh yeah, probably not. I'm not very good.
Hang on.
I hate.
Say hi to Cheshire, Monty. Cheshire here is here. Cheshire.
Yes, I did.
Oh.
There you go. There you go, brother.
Okay, I'm trying to see right now if I can find the my video. Live.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of that guy's name. He trades with. His name is Richard.
Simmons?
Something.
If you got
He pays
another
about-
camera, you could put it on your screen.
Yeah, no, I could put the link. I'm trying to see if I have him saved. I'm trying to find him in my videos.
Besides
not,
that,
I
I'm
could-
just running off. I'm just running off my phone right now. I don't have a laptop. Also,
So, Sage, you trade freight on the stock market?
No, I don't trade on the stock market anymore. I move freight.
That's what I thought at first, but then you start talking about all this.
I did a little bit of trading, but I found out that I didn't lose badly, but I have a definite panic attack when it comes to money. So I just got
I don't know if my husband's going to be able to do this either because he has.
have you been watching Silver?
What's it at?
No.
It dropped down It dropped down some more, and the last I looked at money metal exchanges, it was 21 something an ounce.
Ouch.
Mhm.
Ouch.
Yeah,
off. I don't have them anymore. Okay, I don't have those videos anymore. But I could walk him. I could walk him through it.
Oh yeah, he would understand it better too, because he's definitely the guy he's paying to be in his room. He pays $500 a month, so he's on his third month now.
I think
And,
I can too.
what's that?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, his name is it Richard? No, it's Dave. I'm sorry, it's not Richard, it's Dave. He's so New York. I hear he says he likes to say bazinga. No, Shakazula. He says all kinds of stuff. I hear him in the background. He cracks me up because I love that East Coast accent and that New York. I mean, I love a New Yorker. They just tell it like it is, you know.
Yeah, I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, so I'm not considered a New Yorker because they're different.
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
from New York.
If
Yeah.
you were born and raised in that state and you went to high school in that state, you're a New Yorker.
I did.
okay?
College, I
You're a
escaped.
New Yorker.
I was able to escape in from New York.
yeah, but yeah,
Same.
New York is like
Chicago,
Brooklyn and Queens, and
tough town.
Yeah, like a New Yorker won't consider me a New Yorker, even though I'm born in New York. Because like you're not
right.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Especially if you're not born in the 5 boroughs.
right.
It's kind of like those. It's kind of like those. I am gonna go there. I shouldn't, but I am. It's
Oh.
kind of like those CBC trolls. Fuck them, whatever. I don't care. They get on my nerves.
Hey, how long time? Why did you leave? Did you retire law enforcement?
Yeah, I retired.
Oh, did you? Okay, I didn't know.
27 years. Yeah, 27 years.
Nice
Thank
segue.
you, Sage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had enough.
We're gonna roll out of this one. This could go bad. Next thing you know, we'll be on Monty number 2.
No,
Oh, it's already set up.
I don't want to go there for long. It was just a dumb comment.
Oh, not that.
Yeah, because those New Yorkers, you're from New York. That's all.
I am.
I'm saying you are. So whatever.
You want to know something? This is how I know trigger words are only applied to the higher volume channels, like Mike's and everybody's. Because on this, the very first night, 4.5 hours right out of the gate on the first show, there were several trigger words dropped right out. I'm like, fuck, why not? Just say them all.
Yeah.
Who was doing that? Craig was doing that on his show yesterday or the day before. He was just saying it on purpose. He's saying the Ivor word on purpose. Because
It's
Diamond
Mike
said,
Markuson.
stop saying it. And he goes, I don't care. And he just kept dropping it. And she was like gasping for breath. And he's like, let's just say it. You know? He just thought she was going to have a heart attack.
If you got Mike Markuson on your show, he's gonna drop the Ivor name. He's gonna drop every one of them.
Yeah, I just call
I
Mike.
don't know.
I'm gonna start calling Mike New Channel. Listen, New Channel. Oh, now on, when he starts, y'all need to start calling him New Channel. If you're gonna get a New Channel, Mike's gonna get it for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna
No,
call.
I've already got 3 other accounts set up even behind this one. So
I'm going to need one of those.
Monty's unstoppable.
Craig is
played it.
amazing.
Planning ahead, baby. Planning ahead.
Honey, I know you're good for you filling in the gaps. You love to go to everybody's show, but then there's those down times and everybody's like, where is everybody? You know, where am I going to go next?
That's how come I know there ain't that many morning shows except Sage.
I know.
Sage has a morning show.
Oh, what time are you on, Sage?
Yeah, but I don't. The show I do in the morning is recorded
Right.
And
That's all right.
for mine, so it's just recorded and put out for the information. Then I usually go on either.
I'm not
Other
all about the chats all the time. I like information. I share information about Humboldt County for Humboldt County. That's what I
And
do.
then,
But then we
Is
chat.
Craig still up? No, Craig is
Craig
asleep
Hunt's
right now,
up,
brother.
too. Yeah.
Craig is dreaming Psalm 91 right now.
Yeah.
What time do you put out your show, Sage?
I have no idea when I usually start doing research and then I do Rage in the Cage, Sage and Rage and later on usually, but
Yeah, I've caught that a couple times. I really like Rage's diagram. I took a snapshot of his diagram where he had the 3-letter agency like in the middle, and then it's a mind map, and it has all the stuff.
Oh.
Maybe
So
it was
Sage,
I thought it was a year, Sage. For some reason I thought it was Rage's, maybe because it was on his channel.
they go back and forth on each other's.
yeah, we switch back.
What
and forth.
What happened with you guys was a trio with 1776? What happened there?
It just didn't. It didn't pan out. Nothing bad. I don't want to talk. I don't talk bad about people, but it was just expectations in regards to how the channels we were going to be able to do the channels was just not agreed upon per se.
Oh, okay. That's all you gotta say.
It was just and great guy. I like him as that, but the Rumble thing was going to take a lot longer to build, and we were also had other channels, me and Rage, and it was just disagreements in regard to how we were going to circulate on the Rumble channel and the YouTube channels. And I understand completely. Right. Like I said, I like nothing bad, but we just had done I had a channel, Rage has a channel, and we couldn't completely do everything just on Rumble. We still had to do our stuff on YouTube so we could bring people to Rumble, and there was just disagreements in regards to that. That's all.
Right. I was just wondering because I was on Cages, I think, at one time, and just very little was ever mentioned. So,
Sage, your link that you dropped is for
my channel. That's my channel, in case you weren't.
It's not. It's the Restream, honey. I've clicked it twice, and it takes me into the Restream.
Huh?
Well, he had it in his clipboard, I'm pretty sure. So.
Oh yeah, probably.
I've tried to get on it twice. I bet you I am a subscriber. Let me see. I can just go to YouTube.
If it's a Restream link, though, would say it. I thought.
No, oh no, maybe it was YouTube
right.
watching the show or something. I don't know what. It went onto the show.
That's mine.
Let's see. Let me find it. How was what was Shane's show like, Monty? Was he was funny tonight on Liberty. I was laughing my butt off. He was cracking me up.
Uh-oh.
What did they do?
His blind date his brother-in-law set him up on.
That's why I jumped up on there, because I've been up on panel with Shane a few times, and I know
He's
how
a
to.
riot. Oh, he's a
I know-
riot.
I know how to kind of bounce off of him, I guess you'd say.
Oh,
So-
he's funny. Yeah.
It's
All right,
funny to watch Shane and Sage go. Yeah.
Yeah, we're supposed to be doing our little battle there. Did he start talking about me on there for the thing? Because he messaged me. I called me. I didn't get his.
That would be good to watch. I'd like that.
I'll have to watch that.
I'm ready to watch it.
I got there. Wow, you have 4,000 followers. That's pretty cool.
Right?
That's a lot of people.
30,
Well,
yeah,
3,900. Let's see.
500.
590. Pretty close. I would round it to 4, but
Were you already a subscriber?
no, I was not.
Well,
I'm sorry.
then I better have 3,595, right?
Dang, man, you have 59. 3,590.
I don't even know.
Whatever. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot more than me and Monty have, right, Monty? Monty's trying to get me to. I'm looking forward to the battle.
Are you monetized, Sage?
Yes. Yeah, I am.
Oh, yeah.
For now, I make, let's see, my whole
Oh, it's
$7, I think I make, basically. Yeah, it's like
you make $7, right?
What? $7 a
No.
month?
I think I'm 75 or something. I don't make a lot.
A month.
Say, actually,
Yeah.
Monty Brew meant, is Craig still up after his channel today? He didn't get
Yeah,
taken down.
I've
He's
seen
still
that.
up.
Yeah, so me and Shane
Oh,
were
after
unlimited.
his channel today, I don't know. He got copyrights the day before.
Is he actually getting copyrights or is he just getting flags?
I know a few days ago it was both, I think. I don't know.
Okay.
Paige, in all your research that you're doing, are you guys finding any good news?
No. Let me think about it. Sometimes I'm trying to think,
What'd you guys think about that monkey report tonight?
I pulled it up. I was going to watch it. I did not see it yet because as soon as I fired up the computer, you guys were on and I clicked on that. What did he basically say?
A lot of spy planes and tankers up in there.
And come home after
Hang
3
on.
years.
That's not it. Go ahead. A lot of spy planes and tankers up here.
Yeah, a lot. Down by Texas and Oklahoma, and I just, I don't know.
He did it 7-8 minutes. It was a short one.
Yeah, sit rep.
What does that mean?
It's a military term for information, basically. They'll send out a sit rep. I don't remember what it stands for. Tonto might remember, but
Situation report.
Yeah, there it is. Situation report. And so we would get them in the morning at the Coast Guard, and they'd be put out. And here's your sit reps. It could be like look for the boat, or be on the lookout for this, or this is stuff like that, or check out these planes circling this area.
So it wasn't always orders. It was just information.
Yeah, it was just situation information for us to be aware of. As we came on to duty for our duty status. As we
Jacksonville, Florida, too. Kathy, yes, it's supposed to be this Saturday. The Sage and Shane.
Yeah, we were going to do it. I did not know Mr. T was having
Yes.
the rally, so let's push another week because.
Is there another rally Saturday from? Mr.
No, there
T?
wasn't this Saturday. So I know they were
got
going to talk about that, and I'm like, okay. Yeah, we should just push a week.
Dude, your videos that you put up before that promoting it, that was freaking fun.
I want a little fun with it and just kind of, put something out there. Just to have a little fun with it.
How could you stand to have all those masks on?
Yeah, that was it. That was I had to do it twice because I screwed up the first one. I'm like, oh god darn it. So I had to
Is that
put
on your channel?
I had like 3 masks on,
Yeah.
and then a pull-up thing, and then a gas mask.
Remember Glenn Beck did that once where he put like he had like a bunch of them on too.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah. So it was just
That shit is funny.
it's like Tonto. When you went to boot camp, and at least what I remember when I went to boot camp, we all got sick because we all had stuff that other people didn't have, right? So I'm from New York. This person's from California. This person's from Arizona. This person's from Michigan. So you put us all in a room, 3,
Yeah.
beds high. Well, we all get sick, right?
Mhm.
And it's just what happens, and then we all live through it and we go through and do our thing. But that's how our system works. And this is where
Take vaccinations right away? Did they make you take those? Sorry,
I
Money.
did not right away. But when I was a kid, yeah.
Sorry,
Money,
Money.
Money Channel 2 coming soon. No. So
He's already got them going, so we're all right.
might be on Monty 3. Who knows? I'm gonna skip 2. Go right to 3. When I was a kid, I got the smallpox, right? Because I was a kid.
Oh,
I
wow.
said,
Damn.
right?
Really?
Well, they tried to give it to me again. I'm like, look, man, that won't work. I've already had this. We don't care. Click, and they went and clicked me, and it didn't work. It didn't work because I already had it once. So everybody else got the scar and got sick and stuff, but it didn't work for me because I already had it. Because that's how that works. Once you've got it, you've got it.
Yeah, that's what we were taught anyway. So it works
Called
different now,
immunities.
though. It works different now, though. So
Right. That's why I find
that's how it worked then. It
And
works different now.
right. And I sit and I remember being a kid and they would say, look, they used to give, oh, you got a cold, did you just sneeze? Here's some antibiotics. Okay. And now it's like they talk about that at the doctor's office, over prescribing, right? We can't
Right.
prescribe antibiotics because this. So I just find it funny that they'll talk about this while right behind them is a sign that says don't overprescribe. Don't overprescribe antibiotics as they're sitting in front of me. I'm like, hey, can you turn around and tell me what that sign says right there? Let your natural body immunity fight things and continue to talk about, and I almost want to switch spots with them and say, look, why don't you stare at this sign and talk to me about what you're talking to me about? But my doctor's good, so I'm lucky.
Good. You are. That's a rarity right now.
Yeah, she's good. She's just like, yeah, whatever.
Does your wife see her too?
Yeah. And my wife has she's got a lot of like panic and stress and stuff like that attacks. So she's already been deemed as not medically able to receive that
Mm-hmm.
because of all the if you even change a brand of something, she can have a reaction to it. I'm like, oh, okay, we're definitely not doing anything.
Like a physical reaction?
Yeah, like she's on like technically she's on like I don't know if that's going to get us tossed, but B control. I don't know what gets us tossed medically. I don't want to get that. So she's on B control, even though she doesn't need that because she's had surgeries, but she's on it for the hormone imbalance. So they changed the brand,
Oh,
the brand name of that.
okay.
She has reactions to it.
What is it?
Control to prevent childs from being born.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So they even changed the brand, but she's not on it for that because she's on it for hormone imbalance. So it also
Right.
works. They changed the brand and she'll break out. And it's like, wow, okay.
Hmm.
So she has to be on a specific brand and that's,
Not a generic or whatever.
right. It can't be any other brand. It's just this brand. This is the one right here. They've prescribed her generics. They prescribed her other brands, and she has reactions to it. So she's that sensitive to things. She does too much caffeine. She has reactions. She does too much green tea, like any type of caffeine. She has reactions. So there's no way she could get a shot
Right.
of unknown origin of unknown
Right.
stuff and possibly not have. So we've had basically the doctor's
Right.
basically signed off saying
Right.
not risking this. So
Yeah, there was a video I seen of a lady, young girl. She had it was only 3 minutes long, and she said she is sensitive to toxins. When she gets around toxic things, she starts to feel sick. She has an autoimmune disorder.
I have the same thing with Lepsis, but I just
She so anyway, her point was in the video that when she's around her VED friends, she gets sick, and when she's not, she doesn't. And her doctor, he already knew that would happen to her. Like, so it's interesting that science is out there too for people that are like you, like your wife. Highly sensitive to,
Is
toxins.
that true though? Shedding? Is that true?
Well, proteins, I don't know anything about that. I was saying that I can't even remember what I was saying. Damn.
You're saying like shedding, like this
No.
girl when she hangs around her friends,
Well,
she
yeah,
gets sick too.
she does that. So I don't know if it's from that or
Yeah.
it's maybe they're transmitting. Like that's what I wonder.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but I just, yeah.
You know
You know,
what's weird?
this-
I have a microwave, and when I play my TV now in the microwave, the TV, the internet, it won't play. And I think they enacted 5G up here. I'm not sure if they did, but we are now getting that signal where it says 2G or 5G. When you go to connect your internet. So I think there's some, and then some people in Canada are having terrible reactions to that 5G, aren't they?
I'm not sure.
Are people in America having that? Is there 5G? There's 5G here in America, isn't there? Certain
I've
places.
heard stories that they've hooked up them 5G towers at schools and stuff, and some of
Yeah.
the workers at the school have got sick from the 5G tower being there. And
Yeah.
I've heard of post workers in the US. They've put a 5G tower at the post, office or whatever it is, and the workers have got sick from the 5G tower. But yeah,
Did you ever see that article about a 5G tower going in a bell tower in a church in Denmark or something?
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, and then they had someone go in there and he changed the frequency sound of it because the whole town was getting sick. And they didn't, and they knew that the 5G tower had gone into the church belfry, but
Yeah,
so they had somebody go there and change the frequency, and they stopped getting sick. That's interesting, and I don't.
I'd love to know.
I saw that. I have that article somewhere.
I
Somebody
do think we work off a kind of frequency, like
That's what
Yeah.
Tesla said.
the what?
Tesla said it was all frequency.
Yeah.
Oh, Silver Girl, unbelievable. She said she got polio in 1952 from an experimental live polio poke. Her doc had the stupidity to ask if she wanted this one. That is before they refused to see me because I can't wear a diaper due to iron lung use. Oh, girl. Rage has horrible issues with the 5G. Yes, lots of 5G, even on this little Long Beach, Washington Peninsula. Can search for the page showing Rage's worst I've seen. And also, Remote woke up the other day. I heard somebody told me half his face was swollen. And he didn't feel well. And he was worried about that too. So I don't
Very
know.
remote.
Well, Remote had leukemia, so
What?
Oh wow.
What?
Remote is a leukemia survivor.
Oh, yeah.
Sage.
Why are you laughing, Monty? Don't laugh, Monty.
Nothing.
Because when you're
Me
not
and
supposed
Sage
to
was just
laugh,
in another
you
show.
can't- You and Sage.
I started pulling up my screens, right? Because I eventually have to start checking up stuff. So I pulled up my screen and I saw Dangerous was on. So I clicked on Dangerous, no sound. All of a sudden I see Monty chanting in Dangerous, and I'm like, am I not on Monty's show?
Monty,
Monty, you can't help yourself, can you?
Oh my gosh!
You cannot
Monty.
help yourself.
So I
Oh
said,
my gosh, Monty!
long time.
Host
Maybe
your
so.
own show.
Hey,
You're the freaking
Hey.
host, dude!
hey, BB's over there. I was saying happy
Oh,
birthday
good,
to him.
Good.
Oh,
Good.
I was saying happy birthday to him and Bella, and yeah.
Oh yeah.
Come over here.
I'm not gonna do that to Dangerous. No.
No, you can't do that. That's tacky. When Monty comes in,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, so and so's over here." I'm like, "Monty, shut up."
Do you
Well-
reckon it's
What are
tacky?
you doing, Monty?
That was funny
I
though.
don't
Someone,
care because
I heard,
only you can get away with it, Monty. Only you
I
can
heard-
get away with
I heard
We all
someone
know
say
you're-
Sage.
it at one damn
I heard-
time anyway.
No, I
I
asked
heard
about
someone
him in
say
Travis's.
Sage.
I asked about
That was
BB in
funny.
Travis's
That
chat
was
earlier.
funny.
I wanted to know how he was.
Busted. Sage
started
busted
laughing.
Monty.
yeah, I started because I was trying to find Monkey's thing because I'm going to watch
Oh,
that.
sure, Sage. You're both busted.
Yeah.
So I'm
What,
trying,
first
Chat
thing-
too.
Trying to
Good
slip
night,
one
Kathy.
over Diana.
Oh.
Good night, Kathy. Well, someone
Good night,
said,
Kathy.
"Hey, Sage," and I'm like, "I don't see him commenting in here."
night,
And then
Kathy.
Bella goes, "Hi, Sage."
yeah, but I'm not the host.
Yeah, Monty, you're the host.
You shouldn't materialize. Yeah, yeah.
I
Half
went
my
to go.
was there too. I was there too.
Yeah, I said hi. I said hi to Hawk too.
Oh my gosh, we are so addicted.
Yeah.
No, I jumped out to go and look up to see if Craig's secondary channel
Where is
was
everybody? Where is everybody? I'm missing
is up.
people.
Where is?
You were not.
can't-
You're
I
hosting
can't find
the
it.
show right now. You're
was
hosting
gonna-
the show.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
I was. If Craig's secondary channel was up, I was gonna put it down in the chat.
Monty's like, look, I hosted this show, but nobody showed up that I wanted, so I'm just gonna go over here. You guys continue.
I guess we're freaking chopped liver over here. I like that Hawks
Y'all,
mustard
y'all,
seed a lot.
you all
I like,
was all talking away.
I like that Hawks mustard seed a lot. Really good guy. Really
He is a
cool
good guy.
I found Monkey. Let me pause.
You found Monkey.
Yeah, because I wanted to listen to what he was talking about.
Oh,
It's only 7 minutes and it says breaking, so I'll see what he's talking about after
the
this.
one that we watched was 9
Yeah, that
minutes,
is
I
that
thought.
his newest one?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah,
About
7 minutes.
Yeah.
No, but if he put a 27-minute one out, then I'm thinking he did another one after.
No, 7 minutes.
It's only 7 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Yeah.
He-
Yep.
He done three videos today.
Yeah, because he did his monkey minute and then he did his other one.
3 hours and 22 minutes. Oh my gosh.
What can I say? You gotta go to bed?
I guess you were bored because you were channel hopping already on your own show.
Yeah. Hey, guys.
Well,
I want to go to another
that's
channel.
fine.
Can we end this
Well,
here?
Yeah, it's a good place, I think, for me.
Yeah, I'm good. It's been fun hanging with you guys.
Yeah.
It has been. It's
And
been
when
awesome.
It has.
Wants to leave. We gotta. I guess we gotta go. We gotta go.
Hang on. Me and Sage gotta go. Yeah.
It's great
Dang,
meeting
you're
you.
funny, Sage. I can hang out with you for a while. I like to laugh. It's good
Oh,
to
he's
laugh.
got quite a bit of. He's got quite the bit of humor.
Yes,
We're
I
gonna roll
like
this.
that.
I think you're gonna have a good time with it. So
Yeah, we got to. We got to.
Oh,
Thank you guys so much. It's been real.
Too much misery in the world.
Yeah.
Gotta
see,
laugh
if I do a
sometimes.
daytime, show though, it seems like the humor is not there, not as much. I should say.
Because
At
it's
night-
free caffeine.
Do you reckon you're funnier at night, Monty?
Yeah, oh yeah. Everybody's sleep deprived and everything else. I mean, yeah.
Monty's
And you can
funnier
say what-
after dark.
That's right.
Exactly. Hey, that's a good show title.
That is a
Funnier
good
after
thing.
dark.
I like that stuff. You were
Monty
coming out
After
with
Dark.
those-
the full Monty after dark.
The full
Yeah, there
Monty
you go.
after
Lion
dark.
circus.
Thanks, Sage. Right there. Boom.
It is.
I can have a daytime addiction and recovery show during the day, and just a everybody come in and say whatever at night. Ah,
Well,
Everybody
I'm gonna
should-
bounce so I can be one less for Monty, so he can hang up if he wants to. But
Yeah, I'm gonna
thank
jump
you
in.
guys.
Nah.
Love you all. See you
See
tomorrow.
you,
y'all are
Deanna.
good.
Bye.
See y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for showing up.
No problem.
Attending.
Yep.
Sage. Oh,
Kick me out.
are you going over there
Where?
to Dangerous?
Are you?
I was gonna just stop in there and just say hi real quick, but other than that, I'm thinking Craig might be having coffee and prayer in the morning. I'm not sure.
What time's that
Later,
usually?
Cheshire. My time, it's usually, it just depends. Around 8 o'clock in the morning.
What's the time now at your time?
It's almost 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah. So what you gonna do? Get some sleep?
I'm guessing.
How you been anyway?
I'm pretty good.
What time are you gonna go do this drive? You gotta drive, take the mum to the dentist.
The day after tomorrow.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, I'll let you go. You're gonna go over there, yeah?
Possibly.
All right. Well, you better kick us out, and I'll meet you over there.
All right. Well,
Is
how do I
this the
kick you
first?
out?
I don't know. Just do it somehow.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I want to. That's
Okay.
that's how we got to do it.
It says remove from stream or kick from studio.
Yep.
What the-
That's the one.
Which one?
Kick it.
Okay.
All right. I'll just leave the
No.
studio and pretend you kicked me.
No.
All right.
All right. That's better. I don't like
Yeah.
kicking no one. All right. Later, brother.
See you, Monty.
Later. Thanks for showing up, everybody, and see y'all later.